morning. Good morning. Give me 1 second, please, while I send out the links. There we go. Hello, everyone. This is Best Spy Live Trading. Today is November 13th, 2025. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, everybody in the WhatsApp group. Good morning, Gifford. Good morning, Ash. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Constantine. Good morning, Jordan. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Harry. Good morning, Edison. Good morning, B. Turner. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Dill. Good morning, Mr. K. And good morning, Chris. Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, November 13th. What we have overnight is that, CNBC. Stock futures fall after Dow rallies to record high. Yesterday, I called out, right? The Dow Jones is at all-time highs. This could be something going on into tomorrow, right? And it seems like that is what's going on. The Dow went to all-time high yesterday, and it is pulling back along with the entire market slightly. Good morning, everyone. That is coming in. We will tune into CNBC as we set up the market chart.
Thank you very much. We've gotten a lot of interesting catalysts over the last 48 hours.
Sure.
With markets still hovering near record highs, the Dow's at one. How exactly do you make the market story click in your mind and for your clients about just what's happened with the government shutdown, the longest in history? The economic impacts still unknown.
Shutdown is over.
Yet markets
Yesterday at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
market,
it's getting through that
Polymarket. I was watching that live.
Certainty, and you just got a big dose of it here by ending the government shutdown on the back of getting us into the happiest time of the year, right?
Democrats
From
crossed the aisle.
Thanksgiving into the holidays. So there are a lot of tailwinds going on right now to wrap up what has been a pretty good year for U.S. markets, an amazing year for international markets. You know, okay year for fixed income. But altogether, you have a 2025 that has the potential to end on a very high note.
So that high note is something that clients have to be happy about right now. When you talk to your clients about what the outlook could be, do they feel as though there is more certainty, to your point, in 2026, or is the picture just that much more unclear given the fact that we have had no data, don't really know what's going on, and the markets are still maybe trying to find a way to move higher?
Yeah, we're looking at DoorDash data now for, understanding how things are
Indeed data.
Going.
We're doing all kinds of alternative data.
Hey, maybe it's a fresh look and maybe it's crazy. We don't know. We'll find out. But I think when you're handling clients' money, right, you have to set expectations accordingly. I think we live in a world
Time
now
is 9:23 on the board.
It's
the
just
market
very
is opening in
to
4 minutes. Good morning,
level of
everybody in the
certainty
YouTube
going
chat. Good
into
morning,
a stretch
Kevin.
of
Good
1
morning,
year or
Dude.
5
Good
years.
morning,
So
Flatton. Good morning,
volatility,
Brand.
I would expect
Follow
to always
Austin,
be part of the
David.
case. Like you go back to April of this year, you almost forgot there was a 20% bear market correction. Almost nobody is talking about that right now, but you had to live through that. So white knuckling volatility almost in any year is something that's on the menu, and that's where you control expectations. You're going to hit those things. If we're talking AI, you're going to have volatility there as well when expectations kind of get thwarted, and yet there's unlimited spend in the infrastructure there. So again, it's a game of expectations. We set those for our clients. We could have a great 26, or we could have something that's flat. But so far, we're going, for the trifecta here from 23 into 25.
Speaking of expectations,
all
the
puts
main
expiring
driver
today.
of a lot of this, arguably,
like 3:30.
maybe even certainly, has been the technology and AI trade specifically. It's been a massive headline for the entire markets.
Good morning, everybody.
Expectations-wise, what are your expectations for how that AI trade plays out? Has the quote-unquote easy money already been made?
I think long term, this is the place you want to be, but the expectations are from retail investors.
Market opening in 5 minutes. Let's prepare mentally.
Tomorrow. right? Where's that real deflationary piece of technology coming into play? Yet the real story is this unlimited spend and insatiable appetite to build the infrastructure that gets you there. And I think when the expectation of the investor meets the realities of where that spend is actually going, that's where the volatility occurs. You don't have to go back too far. You can go to 2022 to just see how, you know, brutal those drawdowns can be, particularly in that space. But you had to get through that to then, you know, rip your face off in 23 for having an okay year in the space here in 25. So expect that, you know, and I would, on the theme of expectations, expect more volatility, but also long-term growth for the foreseeable.
Good morning, everyone. Let's hit the like button as we come in. Thank you very, very much. All right, we have a lot of news going off. Market open and overnight as well. Today is CPI day. The data is delayed. Tomorrow is PPI. I do not know if PPI will be out tomorrow. I think so, but today's CPI is at least delayed. All right, let's do a quick legal disclaimer. Please consult your personal financial advisor before you make any decisions regarding your personal financial situation. I am not a financial advisor. I do not recommend that you buy or sell any securities or investments. This video is for information and educational purposes only. Market is opening in three minutes. Good morning, Priscilla. Good morning, Captain. Good morning, Zach. Good morning, Rookie. Good morning, Sam and James. Let us all see what's going on. I want to see how SPX opens as well. Previous day. Right, let's see if the overnight bears from yesterday take profit at market open or not. Right, we are bearish looking. The 15-minute and the 5-minute MACD does not look great. SPX. All right, we will look at SPX in the 15 5-minute candle. Right, remember what we talked about yesterday, right? We said, hey, we made a HOD at 9:30. And the market is in a 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, and as long as the roof does not break, it is in a bearish cycle. So I think we're gapping down somewhere here, looking like to me. Right, QQQ might be below the downward trend line. SPY is opening somewhere at the trend line. Right, that's what I'm thinking. We will see. Okay, nothing is really, you know, unexpected, right? I said yesterday, or I said on Monday as we were breaking this high, I said, hey, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, they're extending it and they're going. And then on Tuesday, they also pulled back and did the same exact thing. I said, hey, they're doing the same thing, extending 3/3. And then on Tuesday, or yesterday, market open, market has been, right, pushing down, making people think bullish and bearish into the end. And then they used the government shutdown and everything too. You know, make people think bullish and bearish into 7 p.m. yesterday still, and then did this. So, right, the setups end, the cycles are there. This is the 3/3. Right, let's see if they extend it lower. Good morning, Glock. Good morning, Wes. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Vinny. Good morning, everybody. Market just opened. Bulls and bears are fighting. Let's hit the like button as we come in, please. Thank you very, very much, everybody. The previous day, 4 p.m. close on QQQ is at 6:21. 05. SPY is 683.24. SPX is gapping down open. This is the 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 open. Figuring out what to do. The market is in the 3/3. The volatility index has also increased a little bit to 18. From 1750 yesterday close, so it's not a little bit, right? This is higher than yesterday's VIX, right? This is bearish looking. 680, 679.98. Wow. Okay. Market trying to push lower off a market open. All right. Let's see. HOD, LOD. 930. Algo range is being created. All right. 930. Red candle. 930 green candle on the Qs. Signifying the fight. And the VWAP. POC is just being left up there. Look at that 930 open and it just cut down. So that's the 5-minute and the 15-minute MACD volume being bearish that we talked about in the pre-market stream right before people started coming in. Market has opened down, gapped up, gapped down in the 3/3. Let's go look at QQQ. Right. QQQ has also opened up down 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 from yesterday's 930 open. Right today, market is gapping down with an island down, deciding what to do with this island. Give me 1 second on the Qs. I want to look at the higher time frame. The chart's bugging out. Always does this on the Qs. Alright, the bulls are breaking the roof into 935. Algo ranges being tested. Wind direction is showing north. Wind direction is showing south. Different things. But I don't even call this wind direction because it's literally 3 minutes, right? It's not even 9:35 fully. So what I do is I let the market cycle. 683 would have been fucking crazy nice from yesterday, but honestly, I just took like $400 profit on my 3K put, so man, I'm not gonna lie, that thing would have printed nice, but it is what it is. Ain't no FOMO. Chart bugged out. Great. Looks like the bears are still trying or showing or at least slowing things down so that people can get tempted and then they may go up into market open. Oh my god, what is going on? This is fucking crazy. Chart is bugged out, sorry, that's why I'm getting mad. It's just frozen. Alright, QQQ breaking south. Bears are here. Downward trend is being broken right now on the QQQs. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. All right, floor is breaking. This is bearish. One more candle, I'm gonna leave. I just joined for it. Come on. All right, 9:35 is. All right, I'm out right now. Small scalp. I joined for 1K at 9:35 1 minute ago. I'm just scalping. It's expensive as shite. Man, yesterday would have been great though. 683 puts are at $430. God damn, I had fucking 3K of them. Cycle and cycle in. Went from $2 to 4.5. That's crazy. All right. Whoa. Good morning, everybody. The algo range is breaking down south. Wind direction is south right now with the 5-minute and the 15-minute MACD still being bearish. Time is actually 9:40, so they confirmed it at 9:35, breaking down into 9:40. 9:35 breaking the algo range I'm talking about, and a rejection at 9:33. Right, bulls got trapped at 9:33, testing the algo range, and then they broke it down crazy into 9:40. Higher time frames helping. Alright, we're going to look at the 15 and the 5. 679 with a looking huge S. Wow, look at that huge S in the pre-market, pushing down crazy, right? I said in the pre-market 9:25 sometime. I said the 5-minute and the 15 looks crazy bearish, and I said there may need to be some sort of crazy cycle for the bulls to come to try to go north. Yeah, they went south off of market open. Let's see what happens here. Time is 9:40. I literally left a little bit too early, but it's okay. They are gone. I left in literally 1 minute. I left in 1 minute at 9:36, like somewhere here, so it's whatever. If I had yesterday's 3K puts, I would have been done for the day. I really would have been done for the day at market open, but I mean, I'm just going to be patient now. It is what it is. Market will cycle before it does something. Right now, they're just bringing the range lower. Range from yesterday. Range from the day before. The 1 hour. Right. Yesterday's range. Tuesday we went up. And then Monday, so we're literally back where we pulled back and went up from, right? Monday and Tuesday. We can find support here. We'll see. Right. 9:30, 9:40 is bounce trying. There's no confirmation right now. It's just cycle starting. Yeah, no bounce yet. 9:40, new floor. new floor than the first candle of the 940, 937. So this is the low of the day and the high of the day at 930 and 940. I need a cycle. Just like how they cycled up there. They are actually cycling here. This is a 940 bounce into 940. 940 rejection into 940. So algo range is happening at the floor. They are actually cycling real quick, right? Off of market open and at the floor right now too, right? Guys, let's hit the like button. Thank you all for being here. We have 160 people. God bless you all. They are trying to bounce at 940, but 942 still represents 940, and the 945 is about to come. So let's see if there is a true cycle confirmation to stop this bearish 5-minute and the 15-minute MACD. Wind direction is south since 935 into 940. Wind direction is south from 930 to 940, but there's a divergence at the roof. That is what people do not understand, and that is why it may break the roof later with all the bears down there at some point. Market is sliding right now to 678.42. That is, wow, bear in control. Man, my 3K puts are at 12K right now. Yesterday, if I had it. Wow. That is unbelievably crazy. Super FOMO too, but it's okay. Wow. That is something. QQQ went straight down. Off the rockers. Look at QQQ. Look at this shit. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 from yesterday, 9:30 in the morning, right? We'll see. It is crazy bearish in the 1 hour, crazy bearish in the 5 and 15, and now it's crazy bearish in the 1 hour off market open. QQQ went to 613 from 618. Wow. Crazy. 678. All calls are getting destroyed into 945. Right, they actually cycle confirmed it here to go lower again. This is the 3/3, full on 3/3. Oh my lord. Man, VIX is crazy spiking into this as well. Wow. Well, in order for them to do this, they are cooking calls up there like crazy. Right, I'm talking about people that went in yesterday, the day before, and even into everything. They're cooking it all. Right, we are at 677.99 in a heartbeat. That is fucking crazy. So bearish. Alright, the video dropping crazy too. 187. Pound here dropping nuts. 178. Right, still bears are here. Wow. The 3/3. They cycle confirmed it once. They cycle confirmed it twice. For this. Low of the day is 677.57. That is super pushing. Wow. 945 LOD. There is no divergence at the floor. This is 1 single minute, 945. Man, that is disgusting. They destroyed all calls. Not even you have to think about it in bigger terms. Like there must have been people that went in crazy even into tomorrow, next week, all that on everything, on just literally government, right? And then they just used cycle confirmation from 9:30 top yesterday, and then they didn't break the top until 4 p.m. and then they basically used news. They used the news to big boom it down. Oh my lordy. Big boom it down. Wow. Where's my... Uh-oh. Look at this. This was the news that came out at 9:30. Gina Raimondo, former Commerce Secretary and something on foreign relations, joined Squawk Box to talk about...
Bipartisan report out today from the Council on Foreign Relations.
All right,
the
Bounce is
topic,
trying.
U.S. economic security and strategic competition in emerging technologies. Joining us right now is former Commerce Secretary in the Biden administration, Gina Raimondo. She co-chairs the task force in charge of that report. And Secretary, thank you for being with us. Watching Washington these days, it's hard to think of anything being done in a bipartisan manner. But what were the conclusions that your report reached?
Good morning, guys. It's great to see you and be with you. You know, the good news is that economic security and winning the tech race against China is still bipartisan. That was true when we did the CHIPS Act, and it is still true today. So the primary conclusion of the report is that in order to win and outcompete China and keep Americans safe and secure, we really need to lead in AI, quantum, and biotechnology. And that means everything from staying ahead, out innovating faster than China, but also securing our supply chains, making sure that, for example, for biotechnology, we have to make enough and invent enough medicines in the United States. And these are 3 areas where China is obsessively focused. Wow. The PRC has increased its investment in biotech by 400x in the past 10 years. So if we want to win, which we do, which is bipartisan, we have to up our game.
Where do things like export controls for semiconductors fit in that narrative? Because there are some people who say the way we win against them is to not give them any access to any of those chips. It's a national security issue as well.
I ain't gonna lie, yesterday closed, they made it look like it was gonna go up. The realists remember, right? I literally left the dip down when I was at work, but I swear to God, it looked like it was gonna go up.
We will no longer be the global standard, and we will fall behind that way. Where do you come down?
Man, the news is going down. Okay, Bounce is here.
I come down on
cycle is happening. We're going bullish now.
Offense. You know, you do need defense. We should deny China our most sophisticated technology and do it with our allies. National security can't be compromised.
I'm long right now. I'm trying for 1 minute.
But at the end of the day, trying to win by holding China back, I believe, won't work. We have to out-innovate. We have to accelerate. And we have to have much more secure supply chains than we do today in all 3 areas. That is the way to win. We have to lean into our American system. Right? America has the deepest capital markets, the best innovation flywheel.
Dude, there's no way they're about
risk-taking
candle
culture,
crazy nuke this shit down right here as soon as I do it, right?
There's
no way to big ass rejection, just like that classic at 950
in terms
right?
of
I'll go range
what you're seeing,
here.
Whether we're falling behind or not, what's the answer? What did the report conclude?
Come on.
When it comes to AI, when it comes to things like rare earth minerals, I mean, that's been a game changer.
It is a game changer.
So many goddamn fucking...
There are some concerning signs.
Oh my
we can
Lord,
win. Let me say that. We can win. Best country in the world. But critical minerals.
I just want 679 real
like,
fucking quick. Come on, baby.
Copper and lithium.
Come on,
metals,
baby.
rare earths.
Come on, baby.
We are dangerously dependent on China. We need to come up with a holistic strategy for the whole system: mining, processing, manufacturing. Maybe not all in America, but with our allies. Biotechnology, I think if the average American understood how reliant we are on
tiny
China,
ass profit. Fuck
not
this shit.
just for
I think it's too early.
yeah,
I'm scared.
Tylenol and penicillin, but for really advanced medicines, and how much of our contract manufacturing is done in China, it doesn't look good, Becky. And so we have to do more in the U.S.
There has to be a bigger
we
cycle creating. That might be way too
up
early.
A system of biotech hubs around the country. But also, let's rely on Korea. Let's rely on Europe to secure the American supply of medicine.
They may try to go lower again, test the floor, and then bounce. That might be a good one, but
and pharmaceuticals
there needs to be something because this could be
because the president has said you're going to face very high tariffs if you manufacture outside
I mean, I don't know.
the
It's
United
too bearish
States,
to go way more,
within,
I think, but
you're going to pass on it. And some of the biotech companies and pharma companies like a Pfizer seem to be kind of playing along with that and increasing the manufacturing here in the United States.
I feel like a nice bounce is due. There's a divergence at the roof.
I've always thought there's a place for targeted tariffs, targeted being the key word. I mean, I think blanket tariffs just raise prices for consumers. The question is it something we can make in America, or will the tariff just increase prices for everybody? But what I would really say is tariffs are one tool. And one of the things that I learned in government that the report highlights, the U.S. government has a whole toolbox of tools. DOD could do procurement. We have to increase our stockpiles. I think we have to do more to incentivize the private sector to make investments. Like with the CHIPS Act, for example, for every $1 of taxpayer money, we crowded in $10 of private sector money. That's the special sauce of America.
Right, now
so I think that's what we have to do more of.
Cycle being created. Right, let's see what happens. Whoa, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Time is 9:50. They are in the algo range. Something is happening now, right? The MACD was crazy oversold. The bulls are coming back in. 679 is now being taken back. I think it could retest again somehow. We'll see. Now
today, cryptocurrencies are.
Yo, that's actually not a bad bounce. Nice. That's actually not a. Yeah. Algo range is being used right here. Alright, 940, 940. Big time. There's an algo range that we drew on QQQ. That is happening on SPY as well. I'm pretty sure it's this candlesticks. Yeah, 937, 940. They are algo ranging right now. 940. It's a really, really weird algo range. Just look at this. I've never seen this like this. I mean, I have, but like this is kind of, look at how nice this looks. This is like doot doot doot. So 955 is here. Market is cycling. It did go bullish from 945 into 950, but 955 is chopping at the midpoint, deciding what to do. The wind direction is showing north. Sorry, the wind direction is showing south, but there's so many bears here now, and the divergence exists at the roof. The divergence could be a hope factor for both sides, or it could. I'm letting the market cycle. I'm being patient. All right, I just got 2 nice scalps. I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna send the SPX put to call ratio, and I did small because I literally did big yesterday and I kind of missed out, so it's whatever. Time is 9:54. Holy, rejection is trying off of 9:50. 9:50 rejection into 9:55. Let's see. $9.55 rejection on the Qs. Different cycle happening. MACD turning bullish, right? Until the low of this candle breaks, the bears are stuck. The bears are in danger. 9:45. We'll see what happens. At 9:49, I said in the WhatsApp group, I am in a call, right? I did not short that shit. Fuck that. And then they bounced it. Why? Too many bears down there. But this is something that I have been saying on the live stream too. So, you know, I'm constantly typing out in the WhatsApp group though because, yeah, I am. Prediction market, man. There's a lot of news going on. The bulls are trying right now. Cycle is being created. Right. MACD is bullish. Volume is. It's not going to be that easy, but yes, I don't know. Candles are. The candle could literally fly up and down and then do something too because the volume and the volatility is here. The VIX is a little bit up. There we go. This is another big video tracking inflation without CPI. 8,000 or 9,000 views.
CPI day. Although this
Tomorrow's
time we're going without the
day,
CPI.
folks.
Our senior economics reporter, Steve Leishman, takes a look at what the alternative inflation data the Fed is kind of surveying at this point, what choices they have among those. Steve, we're probably never going to get that CPI data.
No, the White House said yesterday the CPI and the jobs data from October may never happen, or at least are unlikely. But among the alternative data that Fed Chair Powell is looking at, that he said he follows, was State Street's price stats. That scrapes millions of retail prices off the web and calculates the change on a daily and a monthly basis. It has crept up, you can see here, slowly since the president put tariffs in place, gaining nearly a full percentage point since May and underscoring the caution of some Fed officials, more about that in a second, about cutting interest rates. The good news is it's been stable, you can see there, for the 2 months. The bad news is it doesn't include services. Well, the data series itself, you can see, tracks pretty closely, the BLS headline pretty closely, though it has run a little cooler than
I want to go look at IWM video real quick.
Yesterday, Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic said he opposed the December rate cut in part because of survey data from businesses that his bank gathers showing intentions to boost prices. Bostic, who is not a voter and announced his intention to retire in February, said he also saw inflation spreading to those core services. CNBC now counting half of the voting members at the FOMC.
Look at IWM right
as either outright against or cautious about a December rate cut. Let me go through it here. Boston Fed President Susan Collins, she joined yesterday KC President Jeff Schmidt, who is likely against a December cut, having dissented at the last meeting. That's on the left there. Presidents Goolsbee and Musalam and Governors Jefferson and Cook, they've all suggested going slowly or a cautious approach to a December cut. Governors Myron, Bowman, and Waller, they're presumed to favor a cut, perhaps along with New York Fed John Williams, though he's less certain. And Fed Chair Jay Powell, I'd say right now, is unknown. Well, before Collins spoke yesterday afternoon, markets had a 64% probability on a December cut. That's now fallen to a coin toss. There's still a 69% probability of a cut by January. So what's it going to take? Likely clear data on a weakening job market and stable or declining inflation to convince the hawks to cut in December. Becky?
You know, Steve, that's kind of fascinating. I saw her comments yesterday. I did not realize it was going to kind of kick the market's probability down so low.
The bulls are still here on SPY and QQQ.
I mean, we've been steadily moving lower after Jay Powell said that it's definitely not baked in for their cuts next time around.
I want to see what it does.
But this is a Fed divided at this point. Is it that unusual at an inflection point to see this much disagreement on the Fed?
I think it's pretty unusual.
This week has been beautiful, though. I can't lie. It's been cycle. IWM tested
one of the things you find in the market is the market doesn't agree on what data matters. And I think different Fed officials are looking at different things. Stephen Myron has his own count where he sort of insists that there is no tariff inflation. I can't quite get the backup data on that.
One of this is wrong.
Paper that he cites that was
big bear
issued
trap
a while
or
ago.
big
So
bull
I've
trap
asked them
happening,
for
or
that
both.
data.
Cycle
But they're looking at different things. And you're right, Becky, that Susan Collins speech yesterday really put it over the top. We have this running count that we do, and I looked at it and said, wait a second, that's now 6 of 12 voting members that are either cautious or want to go slowly or are outright against this cut. So it is an unusual split, and it has to do, I think there's some politics involved, maybe on both sides, and there's also different takes on what the risk is. And so I think this is really the key here. What you have is you have some officials that want to cut.
If you guys want to request to join the WhatsApp group,
they're just saying we need to look through it. Others are saying no. We've been above our target for 5 years now, and we should not be looking through it. And there's a lot of concern among those members that the Fed's target is not going to be taken seriously, and that the market's going to get the impression that it's not 2% anymore, that it's 3% now.
LOD is breaking on.
I was going to
IWM.
just suggest, Steve, not definitively, that even if we had all the data that we're missing, I don't know if it'd be that much different. Really, I still think that there's so many, differing forces in what's happening. It's always uncertain. They never know for sure what to do, but it even seems like there's more reason. I can easily make arguments that everything's going to be fine on both mandates, and then I can make arguments that it's just the worst we've seen since the misery index of long ago. Right now, that we've got major problems in both things. So I could argue either one, with productivity and AI and all these different
1.2K on SPY
forces.
right now.
Is it different this time? Is that what I'm getting at?
If you're personally divided, how do you expect the Fed to come to a decision?
That's what I mean. Even if they had the data, I think they'd be. Yeah.
When I'm asked about this, Joe, I say very definitively that it takes a definitive jobs number. You need to show the
I just joined 1.2K 1 minute ago. I'm trying to leave into LOD test here. And time is 10:02. 10:05 is here in 11 seconds. IWM leading the charge into LOD testing. This is 10:02. Sorry, this is 10:05. 10:05 is bounce trying. I'm out right now. $1,328. I might be just scalping today. I might be literally done after this shit. No, not after this shit, but like I'm scalping a little bit. I'm doing cycle. Literally went down and then up, and then now I'm just chilling now. To be honest with you, that was real quick. This is LOD testing. LOD hoping. I was hoping for another candle somewhere here, but that is seriously hoping. So time is 10:05. 10:05 is bounce trying. 10:05 is deciding what to do near the floor. IWM is probably at the floor, deciding whether to go lower or not. It is. Let's see what happens. 240.62. IWM is leading the charge. Into where? We'll find out. Time is 10:05. That was a nice scalp though, I ain't gonna lie. I went in as soon as the rejection started at 10:01. I said at 10:01 I'm in 1.2K SPY puts. I literally left in 2 minutes. 10:03. Baby! Baby! Right? LOD testing. I don't care if they break the floor. This is LOD testing on SPY and QQQ. This is LOD on IWM. Right, there's a lot of puts down here. Let's see what they do, and let's see how they cycle this shit. I feel like there's a burn at some point coming. I feel like that's a reality. No matter, even if they go lower into tomorrow or today or whatever, I feel like there's a cycle coming, but that's just me. Alright, IWM is already bounced trying off of 10.05. We will come back to IWM in about 15-20 minutes. I just want to draw the chart out and then go back to the QQQs. Right, NVIDIA, Palantir took a plunge. I wish NVIDIA, but wishing and doing whatever. They filled the gap below. That is 100% a fucking crazy because they gapped down and then pushed it. So, super bears, we're here. They are testing the floor. Until the floor breaks, all bears are trapped. All bears are fucking in danger at 9:46 on SPY and QQQ. SPY and QQQ is bounce trying at 10.05 already. Things are so oversold. They are cooking the bears already at one candle. Let's see, right? Let's see. Let's see. They're cooking the bears already in one candle. Right, off the 10.05 LOD hope, LOD testing, right? I said until that candle breaks, this is LOD hope, LOD testing, right? But I literally can't humanly play every single cycle. I'm gonna watch and be okay with it. But the shit went down, the thing went up, and the thing went down, and it's going back up. That's godly. That is godly. W, you know what I mean? W. Someone said W. Yeah, big W. Fine, big W. I agree. Man. Market is beautiful cycling. It's just all it is. 10.05 is bouncing to 10.10. Market is deciding whether to flip the VWAP and create a bigger bullish cycle than it did from 9:45 into 10, or whether to create a cycle confirmation rejection and then bear trap more down here and then go, or bull trap and then come down and then or figure it out. But the reason why is because even if they want to go lower, they need the MACD in volume. Even if they want to go higher, they need the MACD in volume. So cycle is being created is all it is right now. Time is 10:10. Right? I say this shit every day. It doesn't even matter if the market going up or market down going down. All that matters is your mentality and your patience and your outlook on the things and your ability to see things for what it is and deduct things for what it is and be okay with the reality for what it is, right? And then just to be okay with what it does. And then you are okay with who you are sometimes, right? And most of the times you are. Wow, bulls are here. Bulls are here. I like the swing too. Chris said I like the swings today. Dude, I cannot lie. The swings are godly because the thing, honestly, if I got trapped right here, I would not be saying the same thing. But like my deduction was they're going to go boom and then pull back, LOD test, and then go up or something. Or maybe, right? I don't want to speculate on it, but like to see it live is beautiful. See it live. This is market divergence at the roof, right? We saw the divergence and we called it out when as we were going down. So cannot lie, right? All I do here is best analyze the intraday stock market using deductions and using, calling out reality for what it is, right? I was like, hey, 15-minute, 5-minute, blah, 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 bearish. But, oh, this is a lot of bears, blah, blah, right? This is all reality with the divergence at the floor. So if you like that sort of stuff, hit the like button, man, and hit the subscribe button, man, please. Please. Right. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you all. Wherever you guys are in the world. Hope you are having a beautiful, beautiful week. And a beautiful, beautiful day. 9:45 wind direction is trying to bounce it and test the roof into 10:10. That is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. After a pullback though, a pullback very close to the floor. So you cannot lie, that is more than fair. The market is more than fair, right? It's godly actually, more than fair. More than fair. That is a crazy, crazy nice bounce to see too. When? Right off 10:04, 1 minute after I left into 10:10 and that is a crazy big boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. So, God did, man. Wow. Right? Unless, if I got stuck here and yesterday I went long or something, I got trapped or something, or I went long in the morning and I got trapped, and then I went short here and I got trapped. You know how dog shit terrible I would be feeling now, but like all I'm saying is it doesn't even matter. All you gotta do is be calm, be yourself. I am not a financial advisor. I do not recommend. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the mentality part. Right? I'm just saying coming into the day, right? Where are we rejecting? Oh, algo range. Oh, that's weird, right? People in the world are probably looking at this rejection and they're like, oh, why is this happening here? Right? And it's literally, there are certain things that just make more sense than not. And I'm not saying this is what's going on 100%, but I'm just saying if you mark these levels and if it really does come back, then the point is things exist and you are living in a real world, reality world, right? Nice. All right, let's hit the like button, please, folks. All right, 160 people, 50, 60 likes, and going up. Thank you so much. Zach says, noise. Someone said, hypothetically speaking, or I'm talking about them, they did nice going. Man, it's kind of scary though. It is going up, down, up, but I mean literally 679. I was expecting somewhere down there when it was crazy oversold, and it is beautiful to see that, right? And like now, I actually did take action compared to, I think it was Tuesday or Monday. I was just talking about it and I was saying, oh, this is probably why I didn't do anything, right? Because I literally scalped going down, but it is good to see the market do what it do. And time is only 10, 12, 1 hour since the market opened.
Today, cryptocurrencies.
Whoa, sorry about that. Opening bell. We need to. See, wow, they're going to clear the dive. They're testing the roof at the minimum, right? IWM might be recovering strongly on this too. Wow.
Let's get the opening bell on the CNBC real-time exchange with the big board.
Wow, the market is flying now, right? Testing the roof. Let's see if they break. I would love to see the roof divergence break, dude. I would love to see it. Oh man. Kevin said Tezzy has been getting the beat down. Really? Let me see. I think Tezzy's gonna go lower and then go into the gray box is what I'm thinking, like bear trap. I think the video possibility. Oh my lord, Tezzy got crapped down. Wow, 410s. Can you believe it?
I'm sorry.
That is really bearish. Look at this. They left the gray box. Crazy. Imagine they trap this into next week, though. That would be crazy. Wow.
It is, except Polymarket is not authorized to be in that world.
They're not. There's no house.
Right.
Polymarket.
There's no gambling.
But maybe there's a VIG.
Market is bouncing off the.
What do you say? No
like, dude, the market went crazy low, and it is sharply bouncing now. Okay, that is showing as a sharp bounce on the 15-minute candles here. And we have some Federal Reserve speakers talking today as well, if you guys want to tune into them. Wow, market is trying to test the roof. This is now roof testing, roof hoping, right? Divergence is there though. The setup is there to break the roof for smart money. It's just they could not do it right now. They could wait and then do it at 12 p.m. or they could wait and then do it at 1 or 2. And then, even if we break the roof, I'm not saying it's like completely north, but all I'm saying is there is a gap above now too and a gap below. And yesterday's high signifying the high of the cycle that we were in from Friday. So a lot of things going on, just like things were on Monday and Tuesday. It is very important to pay attention to what is going on right now as well, is what I am saying. And on that note, God did. I will turn on CNBC because I want to watch some news too, right? Thank you all very, very much for being here. Please hit the like button.
The nation are in the thick of changing, renewing, or signing up for certain healthcare plans under the current open enrollment period. Millions of people could and actually very likely will see their insurance premiums rise pretty sharply next year. Joining us right now with insights on the current state of the health insurance industry is Mark Bertolini. He is the CEO of Oscar Health. He's also the new chairman of Verizon and the former chairman and CEO of Aetna, a longtime friend of the show. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here, Becky. Thanks for inviting me.
We spoke earlier this year when you came in about the problems in the healthcare industry. Nothing changed, nothing happened, but here we are, and we're probably at a moment where it's going to be getting a lot more attention because of what just happened with the government shutdown.
Yes.
There's a lot of confusion out there about premiums going up and how much of that is related to the subsidies ending, how much of that is related to a broken healthcare system that sees inflation far outpace inflation in other arenas.
So what's happening currently in the Affordable Care Act and the enhanced subsidies is that there's a lot of rhetoric about who's getting access to these funds, like $1.5 trillion being spent on illegal immigrants. Not true. 50% of American small businesses use the Affordable Care Act. Small businesses are 50% of our GDP. They're the engine of our economy.
Is clear.
27% of farmers
is cleared, folks.
use the Affordable Care Act.
Wants to go north here too.
$60,000 a year gross.
QQQ wants to break
their
the
current
roof already. Divergence is breaking up top. That is beautiful to see.
It's moved up to $300. So $225 a month more out of 60,000 gross is going to pretty much make it difficult for them to do other things like put food on the table, buy seed, do all those other sorts of things that operate their farms.
We're not breaking, but divergence.
So we're talking about
there's a divergence at the roof, but like look, there was a divergence at 9:30 and 9:35. And look at these smart money. They fucking pumped it up and pushed up crazy because there's so many bears down there, right?
100 million Americans don't have access to employer-sponsored health insurance.
Oh my God! You can't even make this.
And so with all of those characteristics,
rejection here with a little divergence. Let's see. You can't even make this shit up. There's a divergence at the roof. They just broke the roof on SPY into 10.15, but they did not on QQQ. So now they could cycle here. They could pull back, or they could fake it and then go break the roof. All right, we're about to find out. 10.16 rejected the last minute of the 10.15 candle here. Now there's a divergence at the roof. This is some professional shit going on. Why? Because there's a lot of chasing calls here too. Just like there's a lot of puts down there, right? We will see what happens. Right, let's do a poll, guys. All right, we have a lot of people. We have 160, 170 people here. New watchers, please hit the subscribe button. What we do on this channel is best analyze the intraday stock market to find the wind direction, trend direction, and to find the traps ultimately. So if you like that sort of shit and stuff, you are at the right place. And everybody, let's vote. If you think the roof is going to break in the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes and clear the divergence, say roof break or fly, right? If you think it's going to reject with the divergence and then chop here and then play the divergence later, say pullback or small rejection. All right, we're doing a poll here. Everybody. All right. HOD or reject divergence cycle starts. Let's see. Moving South Florida said LOD. Drill said 6-9. All right, guys. HOD, reject, pullback, roof break. So 6V5. I don't know either. There's so many people voting reject now. Right? 5 people voting reject, 6 people voting reject, and 2 people voting HOD. We're doing a poll. 10.15 HOD rejection into 10.20. 10.20 is near the HOD within the algo ranges. QQQ. Touch the bottom of the 930 algo range. The market is deciding what to do. Alright, we did the pull on the second red candle. I need to change the wind direction here as well. All right, market went north from 9:45 into 10:15, burning all the bears down there as well. And now it is trying to reject from the roof, cooking these bulls as well. So in about 30, 10, 15 minutes, right? Man, I was thinking it goes down here and then breaks HOD, but like that would literally be reject, divergence, cycle starts. So technically my vote is wrong, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, HOD here. Wind direction was north from 9:30 into 9:35 and then south until 9:45 until the roof broke. So now it's showing the wind direction was south from 9:30 into 9:45. Wind direction is north from 9:45 into 10:15. 10:15 is saying the wind direction is south or neutral until the cycle, until the candles, until the cycle confirmation and the time confirmation tells us the market is in a northbound, southbound cycle, but this is all intraday as well, right? There are bigger cycles at play, and we're talking about the weekly intraday cycles we have been drawn. Right, this is algo ranging at its finest. MACD is dying bullish here. Bears are stepping it up on the QQQs. Right, this is either, that's what I think, what I just said in the WhatsApp group. This is right here, right? I want to see what happens, right? It's right here. This is right now the rejection happening, cycle happening, or right here, right now, this is the bear trap. Is my deduction. We're about to find out. Why? There's an algo range. There's an algo range that is able to be used either way. Okay. Rejection cycle is happening off of 10:15 into 10:20, 5 minutes at the minimum, right? But this thing could bounce at 10:20 into 10:25. This thing could roll into 10:25 with a cycle confirmation or not. This could be the cycle confirmation at 10:21. Bears are stronger here than that. MACD is going more and more bearish. Candle did not close. It's very important to watch what happens here. Cycle is deciding. And now time is 10:25. 10:25 is deciding what to do with this confirmation rejection from 10:20, 10:15 into 10:25. 10:25 is deciding what to do with this bounce. The 5-minute, the higher time frame candles did not close lower right here, right now. Market is cycling. Now this is a bear trap building. Let's see. Market is cycling, deciding what to do right at VWAP. I think POC might be being brought to VWAP as well. Guys, thank you so much. Those of you that have already hit the like button and those that are hitting the like button right now, let's smash the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Profile was a, wow. It was a, like a lowercase b, and then it's turning into a capital B, right? There is bulls and bears at the roof and at the floor. That's what it's showing, right? I'm expecting somehow for them to cook the calls here and then later cook the bears and then go break divergence, but that's a speculation. I'm just watching the candles for what it is. I'm just saying that based on setup. I'm just saying what's most probable, but like that's just a speculation as of right now. Things change so damn much that as things change, things change. The probabilities of such things. So we'll see. But I mean, they did run that thing crazy from 677 to 680 because of that. So that is godly. All right, MACD is turning bearish here. I'm not chasing this shit though. I will watch. Time is 10:25. Wow. All right, super bearish. That is. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. That is a FOMO candle. Such a FOMO candle. Oh, that literally could have been like a one minute, boop, and then I would have been done too. Like, what the fuck? But such a FOMO candle, just on the 5-minute turning bearish right now. All right, candle is flipping down below VWAP. All right, candle closed below VWAP. In a risky way here. This is the 33rd. Whoa. Time is 10:30. So those that voted earlier at the poll, reject cycle creation happening, are the ones that are right. This is a reject cycle creation happening from the HOD, from the near the HOD on QQQ. So that is $10:30 time is. Bears are strong today. Bulls were strong too. Can't lie, midday, but like this candles are going up and down now. So cycles are being moved up and down now. That is something to take note of. All right, I'm gonna get a cup of water. 1 second. All right, folks. It is time to do a self-analyzation. It has been 1 hour since the market opened. Let's do a poll. Who is green / red so far? Alright, if you're green a little bit, say green. If you're red a little bit, say red a little bit. If you are neutral, say neutral. If you don't want to say jack shit, say jack shit. Alright. Jack shit. Let's see. God did, folks. All right, God did. No matter what, it is okay. Time is 10:30. As long as everybody is here to learn, as long as you have an open mind to this shit, and as long as you are open and willing to learn things that you have not known and that you did not know yesterday, every single day is a gift. Every single day is a lesson. Every single day there is something you can do every single day. So no matter what, it's okay. And be God bless that today exists and tomorrow will be another day. So really try to think about that. Right, everything. Right, this is 1025 bounce, 1025 rejection, 1025 huge candles. Algo range is existing here. Okay, there's an algo range that exists on QQQ and SPY. Right, everybody that does not really draw algo ranges, that don't draw, time, that don't care about cycles, that don't care about trading for reality, for what it is. They don't really look at jack shit. They just look candles. So all I'm saying is try to look at things for what it is, be okay with what they do, and realize this is how it is. Is life. All right. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Hey, let's see what people voted real quick. Said green, red, green, neutral, green, jack shit, green, neutral, account, green, Nick, red. What the fuck does that mean? 6 people green, 4 people red, and 4 people neutral in the group. Okay, so mixed, and okay, cool. Thank you, everybody that have taken a part of the community poll and have also agreed and wanted to share. That is why the community exists. So thank you, really. Like I'm always curious too, and people are always curious. So, you know, so it's cool to do social polls, social thoughts of that literally the exact moment too, and then we see what happens. So, market is cycling. I want to go look at NVIDIA trading view. On the gap. Palantir. If you guys want to see some other name stocks, let us know. And we'll take a look real quick too, if it's something. Candles are there, stepping down since the first MACD red candle at 10:21. Since the first MACD red candle of 10:21. Man. This is so nasty for calls. They're destroying the cause from, I don't even know. This is not even today. This shit has to be like yesterday or something. They're just chopping and chopping it. Wow. That is crazy, dude. Wow. Can you believe it? New LOD. They used the whole entire shit to go, oh my god. Oh my god. That is crazy. Oh my god, new LOD. They use that as a hope factor. Wow. 10:35, guys. Look at that candle on QQQ right now. That shit is abnormal. They're about to go fucking dump this shit off and break the LOD and come back and then chop or something because they're destroying the calls from last week Or I mean, not last week. They're destroying the calls from yesterday. You got to think about it. SPY was at 683. Right, SPY was at 683 looking fucking super bullish into market close. So, oh my god. Even if this thing doesn't, like, if this thing chops here, that is bad news for that. Oh, Lord. 1035. I was expecting some sort of cycle here, but yeah, that is a crazy bigger cycle. Just testing the LOD. Oh, my Lord. Look at that huge candle on the QQQs. Floor did not break. Just set up. This was just set up that caused this. Right? The government shutdown news and everything. This was just set up. You know what people were saying yesterday night? People were saying yesterday night that the setup was to go bullish with the market, you know, with the government shutdown, and it did look bullish. The government shutdown news should have been bullish. It's just literally the exact opposite, because technically in their eyes they could say the price was cooked in before the government shutdown ended. So you know what I mean? Things could be flipped upside down, and this is what I mean by you gotta be watching of everything. Oh, Lord. Sorry, we're gonna watch Jim Cramer on Cisco CEO.
Great. All right. A feel-good story. Shares of Cisco are rallying.
Let's
after
hit the
an
like
AI
button,
beat
folks.
and
Thank
raise
you
and
all
another quarter
very,
of
very
double-digit
much.
order growth.
God
This was a
bless
super
everybody
quarter,
that
and
is
it
here.
made me
Thank
feel
you.
like don't give up the ship.
Smack
And
the
joining
like
us
button.
now, first on
Get the
CBC,
like button
Cisco Chair
up.
and CEO Chuck Robbins. Chuck, I'm going to go right into it. Congratulations. This was a monster quarter. How did it come together?
Thank you, Jim. It's good to be here with you all. Wish I was there in person, but we'll do that sometime in the future. Look, the team's executed really well. We had a record quarter. We had $1.3 billion in AI orders, AI infrastructure orders from the hyperscalers, where last fiscal year we did just over $2 billion total. We're going to do probably double what we did last year with the hyperscalers and AI. We saw our pipeline extend in the neo cloud, the sovereign cloud, the enterprise space around AI. And then we saw this big uptake begin on this campus refresh with the new portfolio that we put out there. So we had strong performance across geos, across technology areas, and across customer
breaking
segments.
the floor right now.
It was just a good quarter.
Now, I do think that you were critical of yourself, and I want to get there because you bought Splunk. You have a very good security division. I did a show where I talked about your security division, but you weren't happy with that, and that seemed to be the one business that you think you should improve on.
Well, what I said was we're clearly not happy with where we are in security, but we've made a ton of progress. And if you just look at the revenue in the quarter, you can misinterpret the progress we've made in security because what really happened is there's an accounting treatment to cloud-based Splunk versus on-prem
that is
Splunk.
such a FOMO
And the on-prem stuff, you recognize revenue immediately. The cloud stuff, you recognize it over the life of the contract. And the percentage of cloud deals, which is great for us long-term, was much higher than we anticipated in the quarter.
You know what I'm in,
but
fuck
the
it,
demand
2K.
side, we saw strong demand on our new firewalls, which has been a challenging area for us for years. We saw strong demand in our new and refreshed products. And so overall, we're still pleased with where their business is going, but we got to get there faster.
Now, one of the things that you and I talked about when we were at GTC for NVIDIA was a partnership. And I know someone said to me after, Jim, that's not a serious partnership. You just, Cisco's going to take forever, whatever. There was a remarkable amount of business that you did with NVIDIA this quarter.
Well, if you're providing infrastructure under AI, I'm working with NVIDIA right now. So we obviously have a great partnership with them.
This shit has to be a fucking
we actually agreed to build an Ethernet switch with their silicon, their Spectrum X silicon, that'll be coming out in the second half of our fiscal year. We believe that this ecosystem is going to continue to expand, and our job is to actually be neutral party in the midst of this ecosystem. But
even if they don't go back up here and they chop here, they could literally hurt the cause. I mean, they could hurt the puts here crazy. That's crazy. I'm at 682.
So we just continue to try to extend our presence and be an ecosystem partner to anyone who's relevant in this space.
Chuck, there was a wistful moment on the call where someone asked you that you were there in 1999, 2000? And could it be the same thing? And I want you to share with our audience your answer, because it's very pertinent to the people who are very bearish right now and think that we're on some sort of precipice.
Well, I remember that time way too well, Jim, unfortunately. And there were customers that had no money. There were customers that were building business models that really were full of hope. And in this case, the predominant spenders in this era that we have now are companies that have incredible balance sheets, incredible cash flow, incredible profitability. They're the biggest tech companies in the world. And they fundamentally view this transition as existential to their future. And so the belief that they're going to stop spending anytime soon, I think, is flawed. We haven't even gotten into physical AI. We haven't really begun to get into robotics. We haven't begun to get into agentic. This thing hasn't even really moved through into the enterprise in the way that it's going to. So I still believe it's early, and I think that this technology is going to be revolutionary, and it's going to affect everything, and we're just scratching the surface of what's going to happen in this space.
But I do want to quote you as saying, I think the companies that are investing in this are massive, strong balance sheets, strong cash flow, profitable companies. Isn't that probably the exact opposite of what OpenAI and Sam Altman are?
OpenAI!
Well, I think they're early. They're a key provider of the technology that is going to make this all happen. So I think the question relative to OpenAI is how rapidly can they get to profitability? How do they scale their revenue? But we have a great partnership with them. We're using their technology internally, and we're working with them on many of these neo clouds, and many of the sovereign clouds are using their technology as well. So I think that they're a big part of this ecosystem, and I think they're going to be very successful over time.
Hey, Chuck, I'm glad you mentioned accounting, because there is this ongoing debate about the lifespan accounting of some of these tools. There's a great quote the other day in a story on the tape. You won't always need a Porsche 911 engine to run these workloads. Eventually, a VW engine will do fine. Is that a fair way to look at it?
Well, I don't know if you saw Lisa Su's interview yesterday that she did, but I thought she did an amazing job of explaining this issue. And she said the workloads are just going to continue to expand. Every workload is not going to need the latest and greatest GPU. And so I think you're going to continue. It's no different than what we see today. We build networking products that span from low-end applications all the way to the highest end, these AI training models, and our technology spans
this is the pure
I don't think it's going to be any different in this case. So I just thought she did a brilliant job explaining that yesterday.
Well, I want to thank you, Chuck, for coming on. I think it was very interesting for you to raise this early in your year and said to me that you've got tremendous confidence about what's to come, and it's not a one-quarter phenomenon.
It's really incredible to see the acceleration of what our teams have built. We didn't even talk about our silicon strategy and the uptake we have. That's at the core of what's happening in this AI infrastructure space and with the hyperscalers. And we just see them continuing to accelerate their spend. Our teams have done a great job and are building technology that these customers want, and we have a lot of confidence in the balance of the year.
Well played, Chuck Robbins, the Chairman CEO of Cisco. I love it when you come on both in good and bad times, and boy, is this a great one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to the website you love with Wix.
Thank you. There's so many bears here that are hoping here now, but I thought that would drop through, to be honest, like $2-3, but it's slow as fuck. QQQ, testing the floor. 1045 bounce to 1040 bounce to 1040. 1045 rejected too. 1045 is deciding whether to break the LOD or not on the QQQs. Bears are in control here. They're about to expedite this bitch. Hopefully, in a minute or two, I can fucking leave. This shit is so spiked up. But God damn. LOD broke on SPY, so this shit has to be changed to here. They broke the roof and then broke the fucking ground. That shit is not good. They're chopping at least or going lower. That is showing. Like look at the cycles. It's the cycle is literally saying the whole entire cycle was fucking fake and it went north until 10:15 and then 10:15 going lower into 10:45 and 10:45 did not break the floor here. I could be wrong. This could be a massive bear trap here too. I don't know. I think it's wind direction south though, and I am up. Come on. Come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me the fuck out. 2-3 minutes. I am fucking crazy up now. Come on, baby. Let's go. LOD broke. Divergence cleared. LOD broke. Alright, divergence cleared, folks. LOD broke. Divergence cleared. I am out too. I'm gonna keep 2. Alright, I'm keeping 2. I have 682. 682. Dude, I had fucking 3K of 683 yesterday. Holy fuck, that would have been up 8K. Oh my god. With the cycle confirmation alone. Oh my god. Time is 10:45, right? Wind direction south. LOD broke on SPY, QQQ, everything together. Oh my god. Please. Alright, this is a huge trap here, or it's going to go roll for 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and then trap somewhere down there, and then come back up to the previous low today. So, oh my god. I'm being greedy as fuck right now, targeting this on QQQ. I'm not even like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know why I drew that. That might be the 9:30 open. I don't even know why. I don't even know what that is. To be honest, I would not even put that much attention to that unless I go look at what it is. That's literally no target. I don't even know why that line's there. Alright. I'm leaving. Greedy as shit. Alright, I'm out. $1,162 on the last shit. God damn. God damn. God did. Time is 10:50. I don't care. I did nice scalps today. I literally did 2 down, 1 up, and then down. I don't even care. I could have went in on that. I could have went in on that big massive candle. But that would have been pure speculation. That would have been pure speculation. I waited for the floor break. Oh my lord. That would have been pure speculation. 10:50. Crazy. I feel like at some point it's gonna bounce, but right now they are going full on south. They're going full on south right now from yesterday 9:30 open. I had 3K 682 puts yesterday here, and I fucking left into this, and I was like, oh, I did good. Oh, I didn't go. But like, look at this shit. Oh my god. Market is so crazy. Market's so crazy. Time is 10:50. It's very, very, very important to be cautious today, I think. It's so moving. 6:19, 6:13, 6:17, 6:12, that's moving. It's moving crazy. There's no divergence at the floor. There is a divergence at the roof. Honestly, it looks like, for now, right, when we did the pull, it looks like they're using the divergence at the roof as a hope factor. Alright, time is 10:50. The bears are the ones that have the power here to stop pushing lower or not. Because the LOD broke. I want to go look at Tesla, IWM, Nvidia. Man. That is testing Friday's low again in one single day. That is crazy. Cannot lie. You cannot lie. That is crazy. They both trapped Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in one day. Not in one day, but yeah, 1, 2, 3 bullish, 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish day into 9:30, and then in 1-2 days. So wow, this is let's see. All right, people that are not in the WhatsApp group, you guys can request to join the WhatsApp group too. We're just gonna accept everyone that is on the live stream, so everyone that wants to join can join.
I wanted to go to the AI world, a little bit of news. I've been following this previously.
What do you got?
It's XAI, of course, the AI effort of Elon Musk.
You're the only one
with the big data center in Memphis and the big super cluster that's being an additional one being added there. Our viewers may remember
they use the divergence
back on September 19th, I reported on what was a $10 billion raise. It's now $15 billion, and it's done. For XAI.
They crazy pumped it. You cannot lie, that was a crazy pump. Like, what the fuck pump is this, right? At 10:05 and 10:15 in 10 minutes.
But they've communicated this. It's a Series E. It's a Series E. That's a great question, Jim. In terms of the valuation, I'm told it's not clear exactly where it landed.
WhatsApp group? You just request the YouTube community channel, brother.
In the range of 250, but let's hold off on that. It will close on the 12th of December. And again, this does go back to my original reporting back on the 19th of September, about 10 billion. It did get upped. It is now 15. It is done. It will close in roughly a month or less than that. And obviously very much needed funds for XAI. We talk so often about OpenAI and how much they need. It's insatiable, the amount of capital that's needed here for these companies. Right. And, you know, while Musk
crazy.
is
that one single
clearly
candle spiked out of Midday,
one of the most formidable businessmen on the planet, without a doubt, it's still
last minute of the
there's got to be more money behind this and more money behind that, unless and if and when they choose to somehow go public to try to access the public markets as well.
Don't you find it ironic that NVIDIA's in free fall, yet a lot of that money goes to NVIDIA?
A lot of that money will go towards GPUs. Musk, back in May when we last spoke, indicated his expectation of the
WhatsApp
GPUs being
the WhatsApp link is in the YouTube channel description, folks.
Well, but the stuff you need. I mean, look, he's trying to control the universe of 100 million cars. You need all you can get.
Well, by the way, while his comp was obviously voted on overwhelmingly, I'm not sure where the proposal to invest Tesla funds into XAI ended up. I think it was last I heard it was somewhat unclear. I want to make sure so I don't want to say, but to your point, Tesla at some point may become an investor in XAI. They do use some of the technology, but they're two separate companies, Jim.
Absolutely, but you do have that brain in the car, and then you got the brain in Memphis, and it's really very sophisticated.
Yes.
Texas, did they type of very powerful.
Yeah, right now they're still the robotaxi in Austin.
Right,
that's
but
right.
It's
that's
very
again
elegant.
Different than XAI, though. I know you like try to conflate them.
I don't mean to.
Bears are still pushing a little bit lower. Looks like. Wow, I cannot lie. That is completely FOMO, dude. My 683 puts I got yesterday would have been. I don't even fucking. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to talk about it. But like, oh my god.
Today raising $2 billion and change at a valuation of 29.
Crazy setup, right? This is November.
Capital raising, I don't like that.
Right, it looked bullish as fuck yesterday closed. It looked so bullish yesterday closed. Right, this is literally they're doing this in November. I can't even believe it. All right, I thought the last 2 days of bullishness was gonna stay at least for a little bit longer. a little bit longer. But wow, they do it overnight in 1 day or 2 days, basically. That's disgusting. QQQ is actually on something right now. Going back into this box, that is, oh my lord. That is disgusting trap, man. This is a dump. This is a dump. Right? Nobody knows where this is gonna stop now. Right? This is literally 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 using yesterday. Straight up dump. The thing's not stopping. You know what I mean? This is actually waterfalling. It's actually waterfalling right now. So look at this shit. Everything is dumping right now. This shit is so fucking nasty. I cannot even fucking begin to imagine, because I'm telling you, there were people that were going long into. There has to be, because it looks bullish. This shit is crazy. Has to be. They use the 1/3 to, right. What did I say yesterday? Right, the realist watchers on my channels remember, right? I said 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. You gotta be careful. They are not breaking the HOD. I said it's almost near impossible to break that, but something's going on, and then this shit is literally what happened. Some nasty ass thing. All right. I gotta fix the chart on IWM as well. Right, at some point there may be a bounce, but right now they're just going a little bit lower, a little bit lower. And there's so many bears to cook down here too, but I'm just saying for now. All right, let's see if there's a bounce. We are at 675. This is honestly a strong psychological level. EMAs are so dragged down right now too. 28 EMA somewhere here, 613, 677.5. I'll go ranging at 1055 to go maybe a little bit lower into 11 and then come back up too. That is possible. Guys, if you're a new watcher, please hit the subscribe button. If you can, please hit the like button as well. Thank you very, very much. Every single like helps. This is BESTSPY live trading. What we do on this channel is find the wind direction, trend direction, and to find the deductions and the true setups and the traps. So if you like that sort of stuff, we are live every single day. Come join the community and the family. Thank you so much for the like and support. 87 Elk said, Bury fund holders were whining but crying now. So Big Short Part 2. Nah, I honestly, I didn't even know Scion thing was a private asset, or you know, it's not a private asset, but it's a hedge fund. But yeah, there must be some smart investors that are that are with Dr. Burry, right? Shit, I wish I was with Dr. Burry. I wish I was, you know. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, folks. Give me 1 second. And while I do that, I will turn on this interview in between the CEO of UFC and Polymarket. Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Morning, TKO Group Holdings and Polymarket announcing a multi-year partnership. Polymarket is going to become the official prediction market partner for the UFC and Zalfa Boxing. Joining us right now, first on CNBC to discuss all of this, jumping into our octagon, is Polymarket founder and CEO Shane Copeland. Good morning to you. And UFC president and CEO Dana White, good morning to you. Tell us about this deal, what it means, how it came together. I don't know who wants to start here.
Yeah,
Dana, did you approach Shane, or did Shane, you approach Dana?
Actually, Ari approached me. Look, the impetus for this deal is I actually love watching UFC. And unlike a lot of the other sports, there's no scoreboard. Obviously, you know if someone gets knocked out. that's a W. But other than that, you kind of have to discern what the judge is going to say. It's not that easy. And this idea of looking at Polymarket while you would watch the fight just made it so more engaging, because you could go and see how likely someone is to win and how it's changing in real time. And all credit to Dana, Ari, Mark. They're forward-thinking, they're creative, they understand this disruption and this new technology. And we had this idea for a scoreboard where you could see the live Polymarket odds inside of the fight. And, you know, we made it happen.
So, Shane and Dana, the other big question is, what kind of betting is there? Is it just going to be betting on the ultimate outcome? Are there going to be
balances going on? Balances happening
inside the match itself based on certain things that could
5
happen?
into 11.
Yeah,
the MACD oversold is coming in bullish.
Who wins?
Let's see if there's a cycle being created.
What's exciting about our
IWM
approach is that you
rising
can
sharply
and
as well.
Trade just like a stock throughout the fight. And I think that that'll create new user behavior and open up a new way to engage where you can buy and sell and buy and sell as the fight swings and the momentum swings. So we'll start with that, and then we'll take it from there based on customer feedback and what the people love.
Dana,
I'm not chasing.
Tell me about your thoughts just about the prediction markets versus traditional sports betting, how you differentiate those things, and what your thought was behind this.
Well, we're involved in both, but one of the things that I'm always interested in is how to improve fan engagement. And, you know, technology when it comes to production.
What is this?
And I always like to be first.
Down, no, that shit is so dumb.
This deal made a lot of sense.
Let's see a nice little ladder back up to at least VWAP.
How do you separate the difference between sports betting, which you're involved in,
the Polymarket is so BS.
Increasingly, it feels like there's a convergence happening, even if the mechanism behind it is different.
Well, we're obviously doing a deal right now with Polymarket, but we have a DraftKings deal too. So, you know, we do have both.
But do you think about them differently? Because we were talking earlier this morning about how, in fact, DraftKings was thinking about even the state of Nevada and in which market they're going to like more ultimately, because some of these states are starting to say these things are the same, and we're not going to give out sports licenses for this if you're going to be doing it through this other mechanism.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. That's for him to figure out.
Look,
Shane, how do you think about that?
You know, it's a classic version of the innovator's dilemma. Ultimately, the way that we think about it is these events, if you're going and placing money on the outcome of the event, that is a financial market. And right now, they're structured as these entertainment products where there's this sort of regulatory mode, and it's state by state, and the app that you're using, that company controls the pricing, and they can cap you if you're making too much money, and they can profile you and give you different odds. That's not how a financial market should work. That's backwards. So from our point of view, this is the way that things should work, and likely there's no way to hold back the river. So what we're focused on is just having an efficient market and being fair for users where they can buy and sell. And like I've said, what we've noticed is the user behavior is just different. When you can buy and sell easily and you go in and present it as something that is more like trading than it is like this, you know, convoluted practical sportsbook, which is awesome.
All right, let's draw the 1/3, 2/3, 3/3.
But I do think that there's an alternative way to present it, like a market, and that's what we do.
And then on the sports side, for me, we're always looking for better fan engagement. We're always looking, you know, to make, you know, always grow younger. And this is where everybody's at right now.
Well, as I was asking, Dana, you created this, you know, super entertaining product, and I've always wondered whether you think, you know, in the stands, you know, what percentage of people are going to be sitting there with their phones, you know, changing their bets throughout the match in terms of engagement. Sort of an interesting engagement question, because you get engaged, but you also then get engaged in the phone. I always wonder sort of what that experience is going to be like.
Yeah, I think that it's already happening now. I mean, people are live chatting during the fights, and people are on their phones now, not just for my events, but for all sporting events.
How much you just did a massive deal with David Ellison at Paramount, and I'm curious, when you think about fan engagement, how much more you need to, you know, to make the math work for people like him, and frankly for
they are
you.
so much bearish
than
I was
expecting them to do.
I'm not gonna lie. You know how? Okay, the realest people that were here in the pre-market, right? You guys were hearing me how I was saying the 5-minute, 15-minute, all that, and the 925. Like, the realest people remember, right? But I cannot believe how much goddamn bearish that turned out to be, right? I was calling this out at somewhere 9:25. I was like, oh, we gotta watch, and there has to be a major cycle confirmation for them to try to go higher or something. But like, they went lower and then bounced it to make everyone think it was gonna go higher, and then they continuously went. Sorry, they bounced it to make everyone think it was gonna go higher, and then they went lower again. But like, so much more. Oh my lord. So much more. This little breakout fake out. Wow. Right? To be honest, I wanted to vote a rejection cycle too, but like I was just literally going off of, one candle or two in that 1 minute or two right there. But like I knew there was a rejection cycle happening, and I was like, oh, maybe the market could bounce to break the HOD, or it's gonna cycle to create something. But like, the cycle it created to go lower. Cycle created to go lower, break the LOD. LOD broke, and then dumped it. So that is that is something. All right, small cycle being created here. 5-minute bounce from 11:05 into 11. 5-minute rejection from 11 into 11:05. Let's see how they do at the floor, right? Guys, thank you so much for hitting the like button. If you are a new watcher, please hit the subscribe button. We had like 33 new people that hit the subscribe button yesterday, so thank you all so much. And please do hit the like button, right? The only way people do find the channel is through people that have hit the like button before. So thank you so much for your support. Smack that little button at the bottom, please. Right, today has been a good day, right? It's been a great week, and it's been a great month. So let us finish the day strong with the chart analysis. Strong, right? I don't know what's going on at this point. It's going lower and lower, but I'm just saying, like, I did the best thing I could by calling out this thing in the morning. As soon as the market even opened, and I was talking about deductions as it was going lower, and then I was talking about the deduction as it was going higher, and then lower again. So God did. God did. God did. Time is 11:05. God did. All right, everybody just fucking calm down. It's okay. It is okay. Everything will be. Man, I thought a bounce is coming, but holy shite, right? I literally said, oh, I don't want to chase. But like, what the no cycle bouncing at all. This is breaking the LOD. I want to say maybe I want to see if it cycle creates here to chop. But it's literally showing so lower. I think it's going to maybe bear trap, but I don't know. It could go just drop it, and then it could be like, oh, it looks like I'm completely wrong. So, I don't want to completely speculate. Let's see. They broke the floor again, though, into 11:10. That is standing as a 11:10. 11:10 LOD. QQQ2. So at the minimum, they are doing work too. Those that went long yesterday or something before market close, because I swear it looked crazy bullish into market close. I was literally down $250 at some point yesterday, and then I went to work, and then I was up $350 on my 3K, and I was like, 350 or 400, so I was like, you know what, I'll leave. And I left 50%, and then I left all the other shit when it dipped even more. And then as soon as I left, it fucking reverted and went up crazy. So the market literally does, you know what I mean, whatever it wants, but there are bigger setups. It just tries to confuse and does things here and there, and then it does. But like, man, I swear that 3K turned into like 15K today. If I fucking had it into the bottom, but like, damn, I ain't gonna lie. That's like, yeah. This month and week has been fucking godly though. You cannot lie. Last week the market went straight down into, all right, Friday 7th, right? It hit 600 perfectly, and then it bounced up crazy. Like it bounced up fucking crazy, right? Like it's so crazy nice. And that perfect psychological number for 1 to 2 days went crazy bullish, right? And then Monday, Tuesday, it was perfectly using, the downward trend, breaking out and then breaking the HOD, extending the 3/3, going bullish, and like, man, it was literally like this: pull back, break HOD, and then extend 3/3, higher time frame. And then what? Wednesday we had a spike up on 9:30, right? And I called out, hey, blah 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 blah, and I did good on Wednesday, right? Yesterday, calling out the top, and then we literally, watched the thing go lower, and then into the market close, it like kind of went to the middle, and then it tried to show bullish, but that little point, literally, they used the government shutdown. I thought it was gonna be bullish too. Yesterday at 5 p.m., I sent a picture of the market going lower, and I also sent a picture of the House voting, right? I sent a picture of the House resolution passing. As soon as it passed, and then the market was super flying, I sent that too, and then literally things just changed. Overnight, it dropped crazy. But that is literally just a setup. Market is wow. 1914 is kind of up there, but this might be going into fear territory. This might be. Chart frozen. Market is probably going into fear territory on this, not gonna lie. And then maybe a bear trap or not, but the video Palantir has tested the Friday's low. We have some Fed governor speeches coming on. We could watch.
Back a little, while some older tech names doing a little bit better. Diverging. Joining us in the latest in the tech, or on the latest in the tech sector, Ray Wang, Constellation Research Chairman and AI Forum co-founder.
At the floor.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
This is our. It's like episodic. People wait for you, like instead of when you can't binge something on streaming, then you have to wait every week. I think that's sort of what happens with you, right? People are like, when is Ray going to be on again? I'll tell you something, though. You don't believe there's an AI bubble. You point to $380 billion in data center spending, but then you say the top 10 tech stocks are $25 trillion, and the U.S. economy is $30 trillion. I mean, that sounds like a lot of concentration that could be. Those seem to be opposing viewpoints there. Sounds like a bubble, but you say it's not a bubble. I'm not drawing the smaller cycles.
I'll draw the medium ones.
It's a great point. And what I'm trying to say here is what we see in the old tech side of the house, you see in the public markets. What you're seeing on the new tech side of the house, it's in the private markets. It's in the valuations of OpenAI and Anthropic and Perplexity. It's in the evaluations of Midjourney and Cursor and Replit. These are companies that have not come out. But the one thing that they have that's different in an AI native versus the old companies is that these companies are running super efficient. It could be 20 people doing 200 million ARR, 10 million people doing 200 million ARR. But the numbers are staggering in terms of the revenue per employee, if you're thinking about what they're doing, profit per employee, and the amount of digital labor. They look so different compared to the way we report metrics today. And it's the old companies and the old guard that actually is going to have to conform to what the new metrics look like in terms of the percentage of digital labor, in terms of how they actually look at growth. It's not a 20% growth or 30% growth. These companies are growing at 10x, 100x in terms of their ability to deliver. And that's what the valuations are going to look like very differently going forward, which is why on one hand, you look at staggering numbers. On the other hand, you're like, these numbers are just the beginning.
Yeah, and it's like a pond or a rock in a pond. It goes out like this when you throw it. And all these companies out here that you don't even think are AI companies, it's going to benefit just about everyone in your view. Cisco, we had Lisa Su on yesterday. I mean, look at AMD, which we thought, you know, NVIDIA was the GPU master, and I think it's up 17,000%, we said, since she took over 11 years ago.
It is. You're definitely right. And AMD showed that there's money to be made despite NVIDIA's dominance in GPUs, 35% year-over-year growth. That's what she's forecasting for the next 3 to 5 years, which is incredible when you think about just growth in general. And you look at Cisco's beat on the street. They finally have 4 quarters of revenue beat in a row. And what's driving it? It's really the data center part of the business, but they also have networking with NVIDIA with an Ethernet switch based on NVIDIA silicon. And you look at other companies that are growing at the same pace. You look at IBM in the business. You look at Oracle coming back on the data center side. This is just the beginning of that. But this is more than a boom in just 5 to 7 stocks. It's going to be a boom that spreads out to the rest of the tech sector as they go through the modernization program as well.
Would you be moving out, though? Is this what we've seen in the last couple of weeks? Does that make you think you need to go deeper into the weeds with AI and maybe not with the 5 stocks you consider when you think of AI?
Well, if you're looking at diversification, you'd definitely be looking at the software side of the house. And that's where you're going to be hearing a lot more about agentic AI revenues. We had classical AI, which is 2 + 2 = 4 100% of the time. Then we got the generative AI, which is 2 + 2 might equal 4. Now we're in an agentic world where 2 + 2 = 4. What do you want to do with it? And it's really about business outcomes. It's about collapsing decisions and trees. It's about automation so that you can make faster decisions. That's where companies are starting to head to, and that's where the Salesforces, the ServiceNow companies are really pushing on being able to deliver that. There's private companies like MoveWorks, which ServiceNow made an acquisition for. Boomi. These are companies that you're building the agents on, and what it's doing, it's driving business outcomes. Can I actually close books faster automatically? Can I actually reach out?
15-minute RSI pretty oversold. 30-minute candles stacking down. 1-hour candle stacking down today. Wind is south. 1, 2, 3 hours. Broke. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's gap filling. Wow. Oh, wow. That was the white line I had drawn, I think. That was the gap below. Let me go look on Robinhood real quick. That is some. $11.15. Algo range is being used at the floor. 610 on the QQQs to decide the next course of action. Right, little breakdown possible now. Rejection off of 115 into 120, but there's not much happening except tiny ass candles and tiny ass cycles too. To do a little deep break it. Going a little bit lower here. turning into a look below and bounce. Candles would be flying, I feel like, any other day. It's just today is a little bit different than any other day. Looks like every single candle is dragging lower, so looking like, wow, every single, I can't even think about any sort of relief here because this is small cycling, but also every single candle is trying to cycle it lower and scare people out until maybe the nuke up later. Just not right now, I feel like. I honestly was waiting here. I said in the WhatsApp group, I'm low-key waiting for a higher cycle and something set up, right? At 11:19, I said either range extends lower or cycle is gonna look below, but we'll see. Things are not that easy at the floor. It's not even that moving. It's not even moving. MACD and volume is barely there. The 5-minute volume is low, and the RSI is just getting oversold. So 10:20 is bouncing, trying into. Sorry, 11:20 is bouncing, trying into 11:25. This is the algo look below and trying to. Bulls are trying to come in right now off of 11:20, but I can't really say because there's no confirmation. It's just candles saying. I mean, in any other day, I could feel I could see, not feel, I could see a candle above the algo range. MACD and the volume and the RSI has to come back up above, like QQQ right now, like up to somewhere here. Oh, all right, looking nice, looking nice. All right, we're gonna bring up every single time I change the chart, it freezes, so I cannot change the chart. Seems like there's not a lot. Look at that candle every single time. What is this level? 676. That is strong rejection every single time right now. Until they release it, we are in a 50, 60 cent, 70-cent range. That is something. Chopping, chopping. It's chopping, chopping. All right, the MACD and RSI I said has to come like really, really back, but yeah, it's not bullish yet. So still south. They're at least chopping or sending the range a little bit lower. That's what it looks like. 5-minute volume. At some point, I feel like this could bounce, but you look at all the volume of POC at the floor now. That is disgusting. Wow. POC was up there earlier in the day. Oh my god. 11:25. Signifying LOD. Time is 11:30. It's chopping. It's not going lower. It's chopping. It's clearly chopping right now. Up, down, up, down, up, down until later. Maybe they can release the pressure higher than 676. Right. First target that needs to break clearly is 676. Right. This chopping, getting a lot of bears involved, getting a lot of bulls involved at the floor. That's just the truth. This is what they did on Monday. This is what they did on Tuesday before they nuked it. So, you know, I'm not saying they're going to nuke it. I'm not saying they're going to drop it. I'm just saying this is what happens. Like the market is just going to, you know, gain some liquidity at the minimum, right? Make people do things minimum before something. So, let's see. You guys want to do a poll, right? We did a poll at the roof, right? We could do a poll at the floor if you guys want. Now that we're at the true floor, right? If you guys think the LOD is gonna continuously come for the next 20 to 30 minutes, say LOD. If you think a bounce is gonna come to VWAP in the next 20 to 30 minutes, say VWAP. And on that note, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. All right. What is next, right? Poll is being sent in the WhatsApp group. VWAP, right? LOD or chop. That's the 3 answers in the WhatsApp group. I'll be right back. All-time high, right? Where's that on SPY? Let's go see. Next level of support is 674.5. 674.5. This was all, you know, all these deductions were basically called out in the market update video over the week, right? So people that have watched those as well have been, right? It lost the all-time high support on QQQ. So next support is 609, and next support on SPY is 674.5. If it really continues to go lower into the end of the day, if it really does tomorrow, it could hold here until the end of the day, burn all these bears off, go back to 680, 678, and then do it tomorrow, right? I am not saying it's going to happen right now. I'm literally saying, you know what I mean? Like, this is, you know, like do you guys remember, like, I swear to God, I remember everything, whether it's bad or good, and I swear to God, there's been times where it's like 673 is or 674 is like the perfect target or something, or like for the market, but like they do it tomorrow because they just want to burn off everyone that is literally targeting that literal exact price target, and that is why price targets are fucking hope crap. All right, bulls are coming here. Let's see. All right. I'm going long right now. 1K long. I'm a little late. I'm a little late because I was typing, but like, yeah, it's fun. I'm literally late by 1 minute, but I'm fucking late. 5 minute. Look, the MACD is actually coming back into where I wanted now. This is literally candles have to stack here. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, $100, real quick. Come on, fuck, come on. Oh, what the? Oh my. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Yo. Oh, I'm in for 1K, but like, what the fuck? I just went in for 1K and then went to 1,160 and then 1,180, and then on that big spike candle, it went back to 1,180. What the fuck? Oh my. Wow. 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 Alright, I'm leaving. $70 loss. I don't care. I took a $70 loss. Fuck that. Oh my god, bro. Wow, what the fuck? Yo, I was literally in profit for 5 seconds on that spike candle. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is bearish. That is super bearish. That is not good for calls. I don't know about any lower, but they're saying, get the fuck out of here with that bounce. What the fuck is that? That is so nasty. I literally went in for 1K and then it went to 1,160, and then on that spike it was at 1,180 back to, and then on that red spike for literally 10 seconds it was at 1,160 or something, and I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even see the red candle because my mouse was over it, and then I literally moved it and then it started going down lower. Like, what the fuck? That is nasty. Oh my god, I'm not playing that shit. What the fuck? I'm so glad I did tiny as fuck too, but like, yeah, that's crazy. SPY down 1.18% right now. QQQ, no, this is just trap. That's a trap. I'm not even gonna lie. If I did bigger than 1K, that would have been terrible, right? QQQ is down 1.64%. That shit's a trap. Small cycle right now. That is not good. Not good. That is not good. They're staying here at the minimum. What the fuck is that? 674.19. 674.19. Like the perfect LOD on that spike candle. So I mean, maybe that's the candle to scare people out, and then as long as it doesn't, yeah, MACD volume going bearish right now again from being bullish. This is nasty working. Market is literally saying go lower today or stay at the floor today for right now. That is nasty working. LOD testing right now. LOD testing right now. 1135 LOD. Wow. Wow. Like this little small cycle changing so much on 0DT too. Wow. Look at the algo range breakout, and then boop back to the bottom of the algo range. Like, you cannot even make this shit up with a new LOD. So all that does is just burn the fuck out of the contracts and scare them the fuck out. I got scared with 1K. I got scared with 1K. Oh my lord, that was actually. I felt the fucking chills real quick. I felt the chills real quick. That shit is so nasty. Look at the MACD, right? It was going bullish. I wanted to look at the 5-minute real quick, but oh my god, the 5-minute's so damn bearish right now. Look at IWM right now. That is so disgusting. New LOD. They want to at least go lower or stay here. I'm telling you, the 5-minute is so oversold. But I guess they could do whatever the fuck they want. Doesn't even. Wow. Doesn't even matter if it's oversold on the 5 or 15-minute can go more. And new LOD is here. This is bearish as fuck. I can't even chase. Wow, this is super bearish. This is super bearish. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Super bearish. 1140. Pound tier 173. Nvidia 185. Wow. Alright, let's see if they come back to this algo range later. The 1-minute MACD, everything bought back and they're going lower again. Again. Time is at 1140. What a day. What a day. 1135 rejection showing us, 1135 algo range showing us, and then 1140 low. Bro. Now dude, I had 684 puts expiring today. I don't even want to fucking look. 683. I bought 683 puts expiring today, yesterday. I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look. All these tiny ass scalps are fucking just trash. Would have had a big crazy pay on one single. Oh my god. That is something. Oh my god, they're at $1,000 each. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? $3,000 to $13,000 in one day. Fuck. Imagine. I play cycle and confirmations though. I literally don't even. I don't. It's too. Like, the setup was 100% there. I ain't gonna lie. I was just a little bitch to not hold because like I wasn't even on the computer or the charts. Like, I was literally at work, but like still. I watch the market when I'm on, when I'm at work. It's just I'm on my phone, so. But still, man. I don't think anyone could have guessed this government shutdown. That thing could have went half-half. And then the government shut down over, and then the market set lower. That is something, right? I mean, that's basically the news, right? People are saying, hey, what news? That's the news, right? The government shutdown. we literally sent we were talking about it in the group, right? You know what I mean? Live yesterday, right? We sent the chart and the pictures. Chris was saying, yeah, president is going to sign the thing. And honestly, it was crazy bullish into the night, right before we went to bed. And then when we went to bed, the script just flipped, you know. But like, I mean, this is the higher time frame setup. You cannot lie, you know. This is a crazy setup, right? If you guys like this sort of shit, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. I'm telling you guys, look, we literally called out yesterday at 9:30 spike open. I was like, hey, this is the higher than yesterday. This is technically could be the end of the 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, the divergence on SPY, SPX, everything cleared. I called out, right? QQQ, SPX. It did not clear until Wednesday, 9:30 in the morning. Yesterday, 9:30 in the morning. And I called that out yesterday, 9:30 in the morning, right? 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, right? And the market straight up did what? Right? 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Why did I do, you know what I mean? Why the fuck do you think I did 3K 1DT put on a fucking candle hope? Like, nah, I was low-key thinking that we're gonna do 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, and then maybe up again or something. I don't know about this, but government shutdown was making it 50-50. That's why I took the profit. I took the profit yesterday, you know, some spike down. I don't even, it was somewhere here. 230, 240, and then it reverted up into 4. And then today, a whole different cycle from yesterday, 9:30. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. What do you say this is? This is Dr. Barry! Dr. Barry, folks! SPY is at 674.5. Support has been hit. Everybody hit the like button. Thank you all so much for being here. God bless you all. This is Best Spy live trading, folks. 9:30. Look at this shit. 674.5. You cannot make this shit up. All-time highs, previous all-time. I don't even know what IW I'm doing, but SPY QQQ. Right? It was on a mission. And now that the target has been reached, right, I want to see if there is a true cycle confirmation from 674.5 to bounce try or not. Right, I really did try to go long here based on MACD and the volume, but I got kind of hurt, so I literally left in like a $70 loss. And now they actually did go to 674.5. What we were talking about in this chop, I was thinking, you know, not possible because so many damn bears. But things clearly change on that crazy spike candle. And now that we are here, let's see what happens. That was insane. That was insane. Man, that was actually insane. Right? Crazy. Right? Oh, Lord. Time is 12. Right. 11:45. Bouncing into 11:50. Right. I feel like it's a little bit too early still for a major bounce, but I mean, target destination reached, right? I feel like there could be some sort of chop here for maybe 30 minutes, you know, 1 hour, 1 hour and 30 minutes, go a little bit up, go a little bit down, and then decide to big boom it and then burn all the bears, right? Or something. I don't know. Man, I don't know, but like, wow, that has been something. That has been some fucking thing. on SPX, on QQQ. What are you talking about? We're talking about this, baby. We're talking about this, baby. Downward trend line, baby, right? 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, and 2 today. Crazy work. Crazy work. But I mean, wow. Right? They're bouncing somewhere here. 674.5. This is, you know, we literally talked about this in the market update video. You know what I mean? We literally talked about this in the market update video. I said, hey, please be careful of this previous all-time high zone, no matter what they do here. What did they do? Go below, go above, come right back to it. I mean, not come right back to it. It's like a resistance and support is what I'm trying to say. But godly work. God, the market crazy, but I mean, it only does this on setup. This shit is not normal. I mean, it's not normal. I'm saying this is not like a random thing. This is not because of news and just because of certain things here. This is literally clearly setup. Setup, held by news, held by the market deciding what to do all together, because the market is a collection of people, right? It's not just literal candles just going up and down and green or red or oh, it's bulls and bears now. It's literally there's bulls and bears for a reason, because those are real people doing things live right now based on certain things. And the best thing we could do is to best analyze the market and the intraday, right, indexes to try to come to the best logical, reasonable answer to what is going on right there and now, instead of, you know, looking for, oh, why is this going on, or being like, oh, based on candles this is gonna go here and there and I think it's gonna do, you know what I mean, or based on whatever. It's just purely on setup, no matter if it's going higher or lower, right? There is a systematic mechanical approach that works. You just got to be able to figure out what that is for your individual self, to be able to see the, right, the chart, the market chart, SPY, QQQ, for yourself. So this time is 11:50. There is a bullish revival happening. Candles are, I mean, I'm loving the candles. I really am. But, wow. What a down. What a down. What a down. Like, man. Crazy day. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, there is a rate cut decision coming out supposedly into the end of the year, so man, who knows what will happen. Two, next week. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. We will finish the day and the week very, very interestingly. Number one. That is for sure. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you are a new watcher, hit the subscribe button. Right. A lot of people have hit the subscribe button too. Thank you so much, guys. But yeah, everyone hit the like button. Right. We have 169 people, 164 people here. We can push the likes up right now, right here to 120, 140, please. All right. Do me a favor, like pretend like I'm your favorite, you know, streamer from whatever you watch. You know, whatever it is that you watch, cooking channel or you know, video games or finance, whatever it is, like just hit the like button, please. All right. A lot of love and support shows goes a long way. All right, 11:45 bounce to 11:50, 11:55 algo range created and bounced to 11:55. 11:55 is trying to reject. Sorry, 11:50 is trying to reject. Cycle is being created. This is a very, very weird cycle. This is what you call this is a cornucopia cone being created at the floor, like a little flag. Then you need to draw a little line. And I'm not saying this line breaking up means it's going to drop or fly. All I'm saying is it's a little thing going on. It could go a little down and then back up and then but whatever's going on, you got to draw it because this is not normal. This is happening. This is like not normal in a sense that it doesn't happen every single day. This is something that is abnormal. This is something you need to pay attention to, and this is something you need to basically try to figure out and learn yourself. What are we talking about? This zigzag, zigzag, zigzag 1 minute candle represents a doji candle on the 5 minute candle. You need to sit there and analyze and literally be like, okay, this means okay, weird ass, okay. So that you don't literally look at 1 minute candles and be like, oh, green, red, oh, bulls, bears, oh, it doesn't even matter. It's literally 33.3%, right? Break the roof, or 33.3%, what? Break the floor, or 33.3%, what? Stay in the middle is all it is, right? There was a roof and a floor, it broke, right? You get what I'm saying? It coulda broke the roof, it coulda stayed in between the two channels, or it coulda broke the floor. What did it do? It broke the floor. All right, it made a floor here, right? What did it do here? Okay, the wind direction was what? It coulda bounced, broke the roof, or it coulda what? Stayed in between the two pivot points, right? Or it coulda what? Broke the floor. Okay, it broke the floor. What does that mean? All right, the cycle is being extended. This is the new floor. Okay, what did it do? Did it break the roof? No. Did it stay in between the two pivot points? No. Did it break the floor? Okay, it broke the floor. What does that mean? Okay, it broke the floor. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, it broke the floor. Okay, what does that mean? We're here. Okay, so the wind direction will either break the roof, 33.3% chance, or it will stay, right, in between the two pivot points, right? 33.3% chance, or it will break the floor. 33.3% chance. If you have a mentality where you're like, oh, this is a bull versus a bear, this is a bull versus a bear, this is a bull versus a bear, you bias yourself to the point that you think this is a 50-50. And then you fuck yourself over because you are not being alert and not allowing yourself to be not biased. That's just the truth. People may hate me for that. People may love me for that, but I really don't care because that is literally what's going on. So the faster you figure that out, and you watch shit out for yourself, I mean, the better it is, right? I don't really care about no. Like, that's literally the truth. I don't know what to say. That's how I know this for a fact, because I've been doing this shit for, a year or two straight up dedicatedly, and then like I've tried to make up things that make sense, and it really does make sense to a point now. So I don't care what anyone says. It's literally what's going on. It is not a bull versus a bear thing. It is not the candles are going to go green or red and fly up or down. It's literally at every single 5-minute increments of the market's going to make you think on the floor. It's going to make you think on the midpoint. It's going to make you think on the what? The roof. You guys understand that? So you have to understand it, right? What did it do at 10:15? The market made people think on the roof, right? Every single cycle, it didn't even go to the midpoint, but if it did, this would be the midpoint or roof again. So there are certain things that help analysis and deductions and reasonable explanations. Time is 12:00 clock. I want to find a nice bounce to go back up from 674.5 here, but I am waiting patiently, personally, for a nice cycle confirmation. I am letting the market do whatever it wants, creating whatever cycle and whatever shape it wants, because I'm not really a technical trader. I watch the technical shit because that's a part of the market. So, I'm going to let the market do what it wants, and I'm going to figure out what it does while it does. But right now, it is chopping like we deducted about 20 minutes ago. So we'll see. My thing is frozen. What's going on? My thing is frozen. $674.5 has been reached though. 674. 12 o'clock right now. Time is 12 o'clock exactly, 11:59, and the RSI MACD is the most oversold that it possibly can be on the 5-minute. Maybe there is a possible good risk to reward maybe that I can see for myself maybe. All right, it has regained the algo range. I just don't want to chase because I literally get crushed every time I chase. I got crushed at 11:35, so every single fucking time I chase, I get crushed. I'm gonna chill the fuck out. Right, but if I saw that 30 seconds ago, maybe I really would have went, but time is 11:59, 12. It's looking good. I'm chilling the hell out. That was kind of crazy. That could have really went bad for me earlier if I did anything slower or anything bigger. So time is 12. All right. I am green for the day. I am low key chilling. I need to go work out and go reset my mentality and then come back tomorrow fully kitted or something. So actually I gotta go eat and go to work. So yeah, but you get what I'm saying. It's so good to, be calm and like, wow, that's actually FOMO. But you know what I mean? It's so good to like, like I can't even explain it. Like life has a cycle to this shit, right? And like when it's good, things are good, and when things are bad, things could be bad. You gotta that's nasty. All right. You gotta be okay with, sometimes being happy and then you come back tomorrow like a new person mentality wise, and then it's as if and then it's not something going on here, right? 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 cycle happening to 12, and then 12 is rejecting at the algo range above it. So they did go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, but now something is happening at 12, right? Cycle is deciding whether to continue to go higher or not from 11:45 or 11:55, whether you look at it however you look at it. Bears are rejecting. I don't know. Let's see. That is crazy. Crazy, but I mean, already deducted because that is the most probable possibility. But yeah, chasing, clearly getting hurt. It was only good for 1 to 2 minutes, and also a rejection trying. But this does not mean it's gonna break the floor off and go. This literally just means it's chopping here, deciding what to do. Right, the wind direction is what? North or neutral from 11:45 until the cycle, and the time confirmation says it is no longer. We will see. Something very important is happening right here still. Bears are showing. Again, bears are showing. I think that LOD about to hold for a little bit. 11:45. right? The market needs a lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of momentum, right? Smart money deductors saying, oh, we're going to go north or south together to break the LOD or to break the L or to break the HOD. That is something that is like something I kind of, made up on my own kind of, and like as an explanation, but like it is because like the market does not just go up and down because the numbers are saying, oh, 680 we're gonna go fly now, oh, 670 we're gonna go drop now. It's literally going up and down because there are people saying, oh, we're gonna do this and this and we're gonna do this and that, and like it takes massive effort and power and money to move the market together, because the market is a collective, right, free market of everybody in the thing. Time is 12:05, right? There is a bounce at 12 to 12:05. Some sort of bear trap trying here. Algo range is being created at 12. But yeah, a mentor that I deeply admire said, you have to come up with a systematic mechanical approach that allows you to see the market for what it is reality-wise. And that has like stuck with me for a very long time, like at least a year and a half. So, a systematic mechanical approach to the market that allows you to see the market for what it is and try to not be emotionally, attached or to be biased, bull or bear, but to able to systematically and mechanically, deduct through the market. That shit has stuck with me though, I ain't gonna lie. And the deducting part, that is a word that I came up from my Amazon TV show on my own too. So God did, folks, guys. We have 182 people. 0707, every one of you. I am saluting to you all, standing on my foot. Thank you all. I'm kissing you. Mwah. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you all. We can push the likes. We can hit that fucking thing like a baseball bat out of the fucking goddamn park right now to 160 right now. Hit that shit to 160 right now, right? We are at 100 likes. I love you all. 07. All right, brothers and sisters. 07. Time is 12:05. SPY is breaking out, trying above the algo range with the MACD continuously stacking. So the bears are the ones getting trapped, hoping on the LOD, until 12:10. Still, even though the cycles look absolutely crazy. Why? Because the cycle looking like cornucopia and then break down and come back up, algo range support. So you know what I mean? They're working it right now, and they're going up trying. So we'll see, right? We will see right now, right here. The bulls are stepping it up too. Man, bring the MACD back up, trend. Look at the RSI. This thing could back down again and then come back up at some point because this cycle is weird. Like test the LOD and then come back with the real cycle, or it could go back up on this cycle. I think this cycle is a little bit weird looking, but I mean, creating a W. I am just gonna run to the bathroom real quick. All right, I love you all. Alrighty. Alrighty. Oh yeah, this is a good one, folks. This came out 10 minutes ago, and it has 1,600 views. It is the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk.
You said recently tens of billions of robots, but that's
look at that big ass red candle.
At least one.
Big ass red candle. LOD test.
It's got to be more than that.
It's going to grow very fast.
Why do you think that?
I think humanoid robots will be the biggest product ever. The demand will be insatiable.
You said that
everyone's going to want one. It's like basically who wouldn't want their own personal
LOD test, guys. Look at that. LOD test and one single candle.
You've said that, and
I literally said that
you've
cycle
also said it's
weird,
produce
right?
1 million robots. I think by 2030.
I literally said that cycle was
I had you
weird,
on the record
right?
as saying.
I think that's a reasonable target.
And then,
I think it's not
start towards sustainable abundance, which you can get into. But
yeah.
I wonder, we've been talking about autonomous and how long it takes to train the automobile to be able to be the equivalent of or exceed human capabilities.
I literally called out this is looking weird
because
they were holding this shit up.
To the extent that how much training are they going to need to actually be able to do various different types of tasks? Isn't that something that's going to take a long time? Yeah.
It's
I want to see if the LOD holds. I low-key want to go long here. I don't want to go short anymore.
There's certain
I am not going short anymore.
Breakthroughs that we think we can achieve.
Time is 12:10.
If optimists can watch videos, YouTube videos or how-to videos or whatever, and based on that video, just like a human can,
Octagonologist said, "I'll pass on the humanoid robot." Are you kidding me? I'll take a robot. I'll take a robot,
very quickly.
brother.
So I think we'll get there in the next.
We're not there yet, though.
We're not there yet.
You're relying on a significant uptick in terms of learning and training.
You kidding me? Why wouldn't I take a free cooking robot?
The ability to learn from watching a video, just so.
Right.
But at the point
as opposed to watching a human, right? Or having a human sort of train.
All right, let's see. If Tesla comes out with a super crazy robot, who would want one?
To
say I.
Where a human in a kind of
who would not want a robot? Are you kidding me? I would want a robot, dude. Our lives would be changed.
And
I feel like that's coming 40 years, 30 years from now.
Moving in the way that the robot would move to, say, pick up an object or open a door.
Robot chef, robot chauffeur. Go cook for me. Go buy for me. Go buy food for me. Like, you know how easy life would be.
I think that's needed to sort of bootstrap the intelligence, so you can have the basic functions.
12:10.
Then,
I think there's a divergence.
Where I think it gets very interesting.
There's a divergence at the floor, guys. That is something.
You want the robot to
now it is dangerous too.
So you say, how does a child learn?
I'm not going to say. Hypothetically speaking, right? Statistically speaking, I've gotten burnt.
At some point, figures
right,
out how to
trying to go long with a divergence at the floor. Hypothetically speaking, I've gotten burnt trying to go. No, I'm not hypothetically speaking. I have personally gotten burnt trying to short with a divergence at the
toys.
This is what I. That's why I say
have the robot,
I don't like
literally have the robot play with toys.
And it will learn.
Yeah.
Hey, and divergence at the floor, and they push it down to all day long. So
the goal of the robot is to put.
Now there's a divergence at the, there's a divergence at the roof, and they push it all day long. Now there's a divergence at the floor. That's all that means.
And the reward function is succeeding.
That's all
and there
I'm
are no
saying,
advances needed
no
to accomplish
divergence
that
exists.
now. I mean, no advances in AI or just compute in terms of that nature that can happen.
12, 10.
There are some advances needed, but I don't think these are insurmountable. I think we can.
12, 15 is right now, right here for 36 seconds.
Oh, so you corporate type.
Oh my God. Insatiable. What does that mean? Looks like everything's falling on earnings. Apparently Disney fell on earnings.
It was a mixed quarter. The company did beat on the bottom line. It posted a slight revenue miss. Entertainment unit, by the way. helped by
Man, how is Disney Parks?
Continuing
I miss
to
Disney.
increase there. Let's talk to Michael Morris, Guggenheim Partners analyst. Does have a buy rating, $140 price target. Michael, what do you make of the quarter? I mean, we're now talking sort of about a back-end loaded year, and I guess what? Investors don't want to wait and see if they actually do deliver what they say?
I think that's part of it. I think the stock is fine, and the performance and the outlook is fine. It wasn't necessarily better than what we thought. They'd already given us guidance for earnings growth in 26 and 27. They reiterated that, and so you can kind of take the pieces apart a little bit and decide whether you like it or not. And I do agree with what you just mentioned, the sort of back half loading of the performance. That can be a problem coming out of an earnings call. The other things I just keep in mind is there is uncertainty about the two biggest parts of the business. When I see pressure on the stock, generally it's either because people are concerned about the experiences segment and what's happening in the consumer world, or they're concerned about that entertainment segment. And really that's about, is the direct-to-consumer business growing fast enough to offset the declines in the media business? And I think on both fronts, they have some things to prove this year.
Well, tell me what those are to prove then.
Absolutely. Well, let's just start with the entertainment business, right? This is really about the handoff.
Yeah, dude, I've been seeing some really disgusting posts on Reddit. People have been losing on earnings.
Into this direct-to-consumer world that now has
so
an
nasty.
ESPN product, in addition to the Disney Plus product that was already in the market.
Every single earnings is freaking beating and they're going down. Like, people are literally losing, trying to buy the dip on earnings. People are saying they lost on earnings. Like, I don't even know.
Now ESPN, Hulu in one product. And there have been early signs that say the bundling approach does work. It gives them longer subscription life, lower churn.
Something going on here. Floor
some
did
ability
not break.
to just be stickier
12, 11.
in terms of day-to-day engagement. Those are all positives,
12,
but it's still
cycle
to
is
be
being
proven.
created at the
Right?
floor.
This ESPN product is only a couple months old. There's a lot of investment in it, and so we want to see the actual revenue
just watching right
and
now.
profit growth starting to
I
accelerate.
low-key want a
again.
long somewhere
And
here,
that's
but
what I
like
think we
I'm
need to
waiting
show
for
this year.
something better than this shit.
I mean, they're talking about what, 10 billion in operating income. You know, so given where you think the stock is going, I would assume you are a believer ultimately that they will deliver on the targets they put out
please
there.
hit the like
That's
button.
true.
If
I
you
would
are
also
someone
point out
that's
that I think
new,
that the stock is simply
I implore
undervalued.
you to
Right
hit
now,
the
it trades at
subscribe
about
button so you can join us for the
25%
next
discount
live
to the
stream.
market at the low
These
end
yellow
of the guidance
lines are
range for the coming
5-minute
year. So I wouldn't
candles that
say
are
that the
marking
stock is reflecting
irregular,
huge
right,
expectations
time
for their
increments that are
performance at this
making
point.
supports
But I'll
and
also be
resistances
direct
where the
about
market
the
can
fact
come
that the
back and
growth
test
at the
later or
streaming
not.
business,
Later
even in
or
isolation,
not,
without the pressure
or
from the other
not,
sides of the
right?
business,
Later
has
or
not
not,
been as robust
but
as
it
we would
is
like to
clearly
see.
a
Has
level
not
that is
been
being
as
used
robust as
right
I hate to
now.
say it.
So
Netflix on the top
all
line,
I'm
despite the
saying
fact
is,
that it's at an
folks,
earlier
man,
stage in its life
this is
cycle.
the only
So when you
channel
wanna
where
put
I
a premium
clearly show
multiple
and
on
show
that
an example,
segment
and I
of the business
literally
that should be the highest growth
explain
business, we still do have to
verbally,
compare
and
it to other
people that are
streaming
truly
services, and we want to see
here,
them do a bit
people that
better
are
there.
truly here every
Well,
single
we'll keep an
day
eye
and
on that,
literally
always appreciate your
verbally
helping us understand
listen
what's
to
going
what
on
I'm
in the
saying,
stock. Of course, now
literally,
down for
right?
the year with this
They
recent
are,
move. Michael, thank you.
they understand because, you know, they literally see it with their own eyes. It's not even like I'm making shit up with candles. I am literally explaining live, and they understand and they see it for themselves, and then they do their own, you know, assessment, and they're like, oh, this shit makes sense. Oh, this is bullshit. You could clearly see after the fact, but I am literally not saying after the fact. I say before the fact, and then it happens.
Senior portfolio
So,
manager
all right, okay,
for UBS
balance is
Global
happening.
Wealth, talk about sort of the week we've had, riding coming off of some
leaving
record
without
highs,
me.
at least
Time
on the
is
Dow.
12:10. It's
What do you think's happening now that the shutdown is finally over?
Yeah, I think
Maybe I
that
wasn't
it's,
focused.
thank you
I
for
was
having me
doing
back.
other
I think
shit
it's
real quick,
exciting
but I was
to
somewhere
be able
here.
to see
I
what
wasn't
the
here
next
on
phase
my screen.
of this
So
bull market is, because we are in a position
I'm
where we
here.
have the Fed
I
on the
can't
track to
chase
lower
that shit
interest
though.
rates.
This
The
is a
market's
little
saying
cycle being
it's like
created.
a 60% likelihood. We
12:10
UBS think it's more
lowered
likely
it.
in December than
12:10.
that.
12:10
And
did
we
not
see that
break
interest
the
rates
floor.
going lower
12:10 is
in a
bouncing
place
to
where we
12:20.
have such technological
Right.
advancements.
12:10
the use of
rejected
that
went the
capital
first
could be
single minute
monumental.
of 12:10, and then
So you
12:10
think
bounced to
the
12:20.
Fed can lower because
That
of
tells
the
me
weakness in
something
labor?
is
that
abnormal
what's
with
going
this
on?
cycle still here too. But yeah, something I don't know. I don't. This is why I don't want to chase because it's looking great too. Go down, and then it's looking great too. Up, but like chasing, overstaying, absolutely not a fucking not a fun time right now. they're going up, down, up, down, up, down, up.
The new Federal Reserve
right,
governor,
clearly.
where he talked about the contribution of stable coins.
I wanted to see a nice cycle confirmation, but this, I don't like this. 12, 10, 12, 10, I don't like that.
Maybe it could have been Treasury Secretary's all over stable. He'd love to have a new marginal buyer for Treasuries.
I don't like that as somewhere up here.
Focus on innovation.
I like to do bigger shit. I don't do small ass tiny scalps.
Artificial intelligence.
You know,
this isn't going
I
away.
like to do bigger setup shit, so I'm just waiting and waiting.
When we see what happens from stablecoins, when we see what happens with lower interest rates, I think that this is going to be something that broadly affects the market, and we're looking for a higher market next year.
I guess it is what it is,
So
right?
our base case is 7,300 by June of 2026. We could see it go as high as 8,000. But really, you have a situation where you have
there will be trolls
fiscal
in life,
responsibility as a key tenet of this administration. Next week, there's a news story that people aren't focusing on. There's a new CFTC chair that is being confirmed next week, and the idea that we're going to have regulation that encourages
I don't have
growth
time to waste my time on those trolls, though. I swear they try to come to my channel and they try to bait me, and then go back and then come back and then come bait me. But it's just
help America become
I'll
the
literally block your ass.
technology leader of the world, and also shore up our balance sheet and have a much better
I love
treasury
you guys.
picture
Thank you
going
so
forward.
much for the support.
I mean, everything you're saying is why the market has rallied so much this year already. The whole technology revolution and AI. I guess the question, Alan, becomes at what price? You can be excited about it, but at some point, does it just get frothy?
Well, yeah, I think that it could get frothy, but I don't think we're there yet because remember, during the course of this rally this year, we've had the restraints of fears about tariffs. Those fears have gone away to a certain extent, and I
think it's building liquidity here to find some support.
What it's going to mean to have a new fiscal
bearish
picture for this country.
Before
you
it
know,
does
you have the Treasury Secretary; he's a focus on affordability. We have drug prices coming down. We have food prices. You heard the Treasury Secretary speak about this the other day. And all these things and interest rates coming down could be a tailwind for a much higher market going into 2026.
I mean, there is a risk of inflation. You know, I know that they're paying attention to food prices and they're going to try to address that with some tariff relief.
What do we talk about all the time, right? The market's going to build liquidity to boom up. The market's going to build liquidity to boom down. So it honestly could be building massive liquidity right at previous all-time high, which is 674.50 right here where we are.
Continue cutting.
And then they go higher on that when nobody is expecting.
And what we've seen is we've seen the price of oil go down to $58 a barrel, and that affects every single thing that we have. Every item that
I'm gonna go fill my gas tank,
some
folks.
Energy in it because it has to get to us. And I don't think that's fully been processed by the marketplace. And I think that we will see prices start to come down and stabilize.
It's UBS. Alrighty. Time is 12:20. $6.75 now it is using. Maybe, you know, after the market closes, right, after all this move, right, they maybe imagine the market closes right here at 674, 675, and then after hours the news comes out that the president signed the market, you know, the government shutdown, and then the market goes up $2-3. Like, I could see that, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm going to speculate on that, but like, dude, dude.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the shutdown's impact on small business. The Small Business Administration saying it was prevented from delivering more than $5 billion in loans to about 10,000 small businesses over the record-long shutdown. Joining us now, Administrator of the Small Business Administration, Kelly Loeffler. It's great to have
guys,
you on.
please hit the like button. Thank you so much. I love you all. We have 170 people.
Sarah, we're
Let's hit the
extremely
like.
thrilled to be reopening today at the SBA, but make no mistake, the Senate Democrats
we are at 110
forced this shutdown,
likes.
making it the longest shutdown in American history on the backs of not just our military, our air traffic, our main streets and hungry families, but on small businesses. They wanted to cause pain, and they did, to the tune of $5 billion that didn't get out to 10,000 small businesses.
We're going to go look at the higher time frame, bigger
processing
charts here
those
as
loans
well.
rapidly. We're going to get Main Street reopened again.
If the charts
but
don't
make no
freeze
mistake,
up.
the Democrats' mask has slipped. They're willing to extract pain from the American people to advance a failed agenda. and Main Street doesn't tolerate that. They create 2 out of every 3 new jobs. They want to make sure that our main streets are open and functioning, and so do we. We're going to get this economy back thanks to the Trump tailwinds, and we're going to see small business flourish like never before.
Bullish.
I mean, politics aside, is there any lasting impact to small business from missing these weeks of loans?
Well, Sarah, it's pretty clear that there will be, and there's going to be an asterisk on the fourth quarter data thanks to the Democrat shutdown that really achieved nothing for them and hurt the American people potentially to the tune of $100 billion of economic activity, 60,000
I missed
lost
it.
jobs.
I can't go in.
But we aren't going to slow down small business because the Trump tailwind
I mean,
is really strong.
my theory was that LOD going to break or LOD not going to break and then come back up.
Growth
I'm like, wow.
of 3.8 in the last quarter. We see wages growing faster than inflation for the first time in 4 years. Energy prices down. We are going to have a new collar boom thanks to manufacturing with $17 trillion coming into this country. Much of it will be deployed at small businesses.
Hooked up earlier,
so
hooked up earlier, hooked up earlier, hooked up earlier.
We're going to get Main Streets open again. He built the
now.
greatest Main Street economy in his first term, and he's going to do it again in his second term.
But there are these new concerns
Let's
about
see if it holds
affordability.
675, 70
maybe
now.
that's what we saw from some of the elections here in New York City, in Virginia, in New Jersey. The fact that inflation is still stuck at 3%. I mean, I know it's come down from those highs a few years ago, but stubbornly high and kind of moving up in places like groceries, which I pointed out earlier. Is that what you're seeing across small business?
I think it was great from 1210 to 1220, 1225, but like now this is
7-year highs, not since Trump
why?
won.
Because nobody knows that this cycle is safe enough to be able to go boom up here. But I mean,
its 52-year average. Even amid the
I don't like this
so
fact.
small
I don't like
businesses
this.
See that
this
drive to invest and build and grow in America. They see that fair trade is on the horizon.
Inside a huge range here. It could be stable. It could be not. There's a divergence at the floor on QQQ and SPY. So things are telling me there's a risk somewhere at some point.
We see falling inflation.
They're talking about medium term, long term.
So the headwinds.
Right?
Under
I could
Joe
have
Biden,
easily,
the massive
short term, easy, short term, easy, any side, but I'm talking
$2
about
trillion
long term, medium term.
Are going to turn into tailwinds under President
That's
Trump.
what I'm targeting. So
we're excited to get this economy reopened, to get the government working for the American people again.
Both sides. So
one thing we noticed with NFIB earlier in the week was the percentage of small businesses that mention labor quality as their single most important problem. It jumped to 27, up 9 points month on month, one of the biggest monthly jumps we've seen. What do you think's behind that?
Yeah, you're right, Carl. Look what happened. I mean, President Trump has solved inflation, fair trade, deregulation. Our interest rates are coming down. Those were some of the biggest concerns for small business. Now skilled labor is tops. And we know that's a huge concern. That's why at the SBA we're focused on working with skilled labor opportunities. I'm working with Secretary Chavez de Remer to ensure that we support her initiative to have over 1 million apprentices to grow our skilled workforce. And it's something that the president's very focused on. Look what just got passed in the working family tax cut. We've got skilled trades being funded through Pell Grants. We've got opportunities through trade schools. And we're going to make sure that we support that for small businesses because we know that they create 2 out of every 3 new jobs. And they're really the engine that drives this economy forward. In fact, we just set a record in small businesses, 36 million new total small businesses under President Trump.
What about AI? I mean, that's another concern with labor that just increasingly, AI can replace certain jobs and you need to be trained on it to have jobs. How do small businesses keep up with big businesses, which are rapidly adopting it?
Finance the old way.
Sorry. So many damn ads.
AI is going to level the playing field for small businesses when they're competing against big businesses. In fact, small businesses start small, but many become big, and that's driven by gains in technology. If you look at our labor force, in 1940, we had about 50 million people in the labor force.
This is now going into bullish territory, but the cycle on the bottom is kind of giving me fear.
Tripled. So what we're seeing is potentially strong productivity
on
for
the
small
IWM
businesses
going
to
into
compete
bullish territory
on a very
too.
level playing field finally.
Bounce
but also,
off
as
of.
we bring in President
Wait,
Trump's
I'm not even.
fair
I'm
trade
sorry.
agenda,
I'm stupid as hell.
that
I'm not
means
even
that
looking at
$17
IWM.
trillion, we're going to be able to
That did
capture
not
new
happen.
industries through
That did
advanced
not happen.
manufacturing, robotics,
Yeah,
AI,
like
and compete
IWM trying to
against
go
China
back
and
into
finally
bullish
build these
territory.
industries up from the bottom here on Main Street and make sure that our economy is working for Americans, putting American industry and American labor first.
If IWM does it,
Speaking of, I was curious as to whether you were part of the dinner last night at the White House with all of the CEOs from big banks and financial services firms, and what was discussed there.
Well, it was quite an honor to join President Trump, as always, and so many business leaders.
Bears are getting
President
toasted
Trump
right now.
Convenes business leaders
Bears are getting
routinely
toasted.
because he understands
I'm
that
just gonna
strength
chase
comes
that shit
from the
though. They're
private
channeling
sector,
up, but in a very, very
that they are there to support
tight
the
channel.
government. We're there
But my
primarily
deduction
to
was they're
support
gonna go
them.
test the
So
LOD,
they
and
wanted
then
to
it's
find
not
out
gonna
how we
break
can
the LOD, or
create
it's
this
gonna break
boom
the LOD and come
facilitate
right
it.
back up, and then
$17
bear
trillion
trend. That was
of
my deduction,
private
but I did
sector
not go
investment pouring
based on
into
the
this
fact
country.
that these
It's never
cycles were a
happened in any
little bit
country
weird.
around the world
Based on the fact
ever,
that it could have been a
including the
little
United
bit
States.
weird
So
with the scandal.
the United
But
States
I mean,
is a source of
MACD
about
volume coming in nice for
60%
the
of the
bulls
world's
right now.
capital. It's
Bears
being
are the ones
invested here
getting
at
the
levels we've
treatment
never
from
seen.
11:45.
And it's not just about Wall Street.
But
it's about Main
this
Street.
level is
So as
literally
Wall
where we
Street
were
hits new
earlier. It's
records,
not even like it's going
48 of them
anywhere.
this
It's
year,
literally nowhere.
Main Street
This is where
at
we were
the
fucking
SBA,
around,
we're
and then the
seeing
market went
over $100 billion in
and then
total
it's just
capacity
nowhere.
going out for the first time ever under
This shit is
President
annoying.
Trump. Because at no
It's not
time
annoying,
in
but like it's not
recent or
going
modern
anywhere for
history have
2-3
small
hours. So
businesses
hypothetically
had the
speaking, if
confidence
somebody
to
was
invest,
stuck in that,
to
they would
borrow,
feel
grow, and hire.
annoyed.
And that's
They
the
would
boom that's
feel
taking
frustrated
place.
right now. They would
One of the
feel
concerns we heard
tired
earlier
out,
in the year
and
from
that's
some
what the
small
market wants
business
to
owners
do.
was, especially if their business model involves importing goods from a foreign
That's what the
country,
market
the
did.
tariffs would be a headwind. Are you getting the sense that they think of that more like that, or is that lessening?
Okay.
Look, that was doomcasting generally by the media and the Democrats.
This is now
that hasn't
bull
played out.
territory.
Inflation has continued to
MACD
fall. Wages
is coming
have
into
grown.
bull
Investment
territory.
has increased in this country.
All right.
Nothing says confidence in the future of this economy like putting $17 billion or like small businesses borrowing $45 billion or having a backlog of 10,000 small businesses that want to borrow. Small businesses know that America is the best game in town, that we're only getting better under President Trump, and he has their back every step of the way. President Trump knows that small business is big business, and look, fair trade is something that small businesses have been wanting. For 50 years, we've hollowed out main streets, shipping jobs and industries overseas. Now we're going to be able to bring back industries we could have never dreamed of thanks to President Trump, and we're going to have national security again that's built right here at home.
Well, we certainly appreciate you joining us to discuss the state of small business and especially the impact of the shutdown. It's good those loans are going to go out. Kelly Loeffler, the Small Business Administrator. We appreciate it.
So whenever I need more space in my wardrobe, I sell everything I don't wear
bullish
anymore.
territory. Bullish territory right now. It's actually recovering. Things are nicely recovering. Question. I have 674.5 was a perfect to where things are actually recovering altogether. Look at IWM running right now. Bullish territory. The bears are cooked off the down there somewhere. Look at the 5-minute coming back slowly now. Into, let's see when. At least into 12:30. At least into 12:30. And then there may be another big red candle like that here, but let's see. MACD in the volume. I mean, the setup is, there is a divergence at the roof, but I don't know how they're going to clear that tomorrow, today. 6, maybe it's going right here too. 677.56. I don't want to speculate on that, but I want to see clearly. MACD and the volume would have to go double than this to literally reach there. But right now, it is just, it had a nice thing for $1.78, or like $2 now. $2 actually. 674. point something, 676.3. 6092, 612 on the Qs. Look, at 1210, right? Is somewhere when I said they're going to go test the LOD, break the LOD or not, and then go up. That is when the LOD really broke on QQQ. So I wasn't even paying attention to that clearly, but also that is what they did. Some sort of different variation of here and there. Market does. Right, this should happen done when I think Tuesday 11:30 or some shit in a different way. SPY broke the LOD, QQQ did it, and then they flew it, so divergence set the floor. Alright, time is, guys, time is pull time. Alright, this is the real pull time, okay? Most likely the last pull of the day. Okay, market is going to flip the VWAP here. Market will reject right below VWAP. Let's see. Alright, market will. This shit might be way too easy. No, it's actually not going to be easy. Last question of the day, folks. Cross the VWAP or reject right below. Bears are growing here. Time is 12:35. Let's hit the like button, folks. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm in SPY 2K puts for 30 seconds. I want one big ass red candle. I'm out right now. Alright, 2,200. Fuck. Alright, $2,125. I'm leaving. Get me the fuck out. Fuck. Yeah, this shit moved crazy, man. I'm filled. Out. That could have been fucking bad. Damn. Fuck, I literally. $12.40 is deciding whether to break $12.35 low here, right now. Right, if the low breaks, it's going lower from $12.35 into $12.40. If it does not right here, the bears are stuck off a $12.35 algo range. It looks like they're rejecting right now. This is $12.40 bears in control. Bears, 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 bears. Alright, it's also getting risky as fuck though. I'm not gonna lie. It might bounce at 675. Alright. Alright, 675 might bounce. There's a lot of fucking algo ranges going on right here. Alright, there's a lot of algo ranges going on right here. It's 1240. It's actually creating another algo range itself in 1235, but I'm not writing it. Time is 1240. A bear trap building here. Cycle is being created. 1240 is bouncing. A 5-minute rejection. 1235 into 1240. 1245 is bear trapping everybody. Trying. Cycle is trying to confirm to go higher here. Higher or lower here. I don't know. I really didn't like this cycle. I really did not like this because of this, but also it was nice from here to here. It's just I'm talking about longer term, medium term. But then time is only 1240, so there's so much fucking time left for the market to flip VWAP or to go lower and then come back to VWAP or not. That is so literally make or break happening in candles in between right now. Balance is trying.
Kicking up the dirt as I pull up my skirt. When I walk by, they all on alert. Eeny, meeny, many more, you could be first.
Collins speaking yesterday at a community banking conference, taking a cautious tone around the path forward for rate cuts, a view that is echoed by our next guest. Joining us here at Post 9 this morning is former Minneapolis Fed President Gary Stern. Gary, it's great to have you back. Good morning. Good morning. So Collins, Daly, Bostic, sort of this school that maybe it's good to slow down?
Yes, and I would agree with that. I don't think, first of all, I don't think there's a compelling rationale to lower rates right away. And, you know, the Fed meets frequently enough that if there's some surprises or circumstances change, they can always act at the next meeting if that's appropriate. Given where the economy is, the way it's performing, and the stubbornness of inflation in the 2.5 to 3 or 3+ range, it seems to me it's difficult to build a rationale, to build a case for lowering rates at this point.
And it doesn't sound like you think the resumption of data is going to change that trajectory.
I'd be surprised if it did because, you know, the data have been, I think the data have been reasonably accurate for the state of the economy. Employment gains have continued, but they've been modest. Inflation, as I already commented, has been stubborn. As far as I can tell, consumer spending has, on average, held up. I'd be surprised if in the next month or 2 or 3, we got a very different picture from the data. It's important to bear in mind some of the series are kind of noisy. And for that reason, you don't want to put a lot of emphasis on any one observation. It's always a good idea to not only do the analysis, but to smooth out the readings you get month after month and see if the trajectory of the economy is changing.
Here's what I don't understand. If it was appropriate to cut in November, you know, at the last meeting, why would it be appropriate to hold here if the only big data release we've received between now and then has been a weaker than expected inflation report?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure that I found the inflation report particularly weak, but beyond that...
Weaker than expected.
But beyond that, you know, I suspect that November, well, it was a close call. There were dissents on both sides, so that's part of it. The enthusiasm of the committee members for the decision may have also varied, so that by which I mean they agreed to go along with the recommendation. They may not have been enthusiastic, and you know, there's nothing wrong with
if this low breaks, guys, 675.32,
but you want to
bigger
have
candle,
a good
5-minute candle or
rationale and
higher,
a good
the bears are
explanation.
still here.
You don't want to dissent just because
guys,
it doesn't
please
quite
do
feel
me a
right
favor.
to me.
There was only
hit the
one
like
dissent
button.
who didn't want to
so
cut interest
much.
rates
Thank you so
month.
much.
Well,
Please
but,
hit the like button.
somebody
You're at
wanted to lower
110
the
likes.
Yeah,
Want to push it up to
but I'm saying
124.
it felt like everybody was on board with the cut last time. I guess I don't really understand that.
Well, you know, I guess what I would say is the anecdotes for
higher time
the
frame
anecdotes
candles
and some
are
of the data
deciding
that
what
are
to do.
available, like initial claims, which have been pretty steady, they haven't gone up. The anecdotes I generally read as positive, and it's important to bear in mind one of the things the Federal Reserve is very good at because of its geographic structure with 12 reserve banks and a bunch of branches scattered around. They're very good at gathering firsthand information from various, not just business sources, but all sorts of sources, state agencies and so on and so forth. And so it may well be likely that what they're hearing is pretty well balanced and suggesting that there's no need to take action right
I don't know.
now.
The Beige Book has been actually pretty bearish for the last few months in terms of the color commentary. And I would also point to, and I know you wouldn't make policy on
volume,
this
all
at the Fed,
bearish.
but the alt data sources like Challenger, like some of the other sort of layoff data, we have corporate layoff announcements. Today's is Verizon. You know, there's enough, I think, anecdotal and alt data suggesting that labor market is weakening.
So disgusting.
Yeah, I guess I would say I'm not fully
Candle is
convinced
so
of that. You can always find announcements of layoffs here or there. Nobody makes big announcements when they're hiring, but that's not really the point. The point really is
look at that
we
fucking
tend to have
10-minute
a very
rejection.
dynamic
Oh my
labor
God.
market, month after month after month. So, for example,
I'm doing tiny ass scalps. These tiny ass scalps could be fucking humongous, but like,
underpinning
oh my
that
God.
is probably a million
Insane.
people who either quit their jobs or lost their jobs, and 1,050,000 who were
It's just
hired.
the contracts are going
really
up and down,
important
up
to
and
bear
down,
in
up
mind
and down
that
like
dynamic
crazy.
in the
Like,
labor
it's so
market,
fucking crazy.
and not get too,
That
not
rejection is
emphasize
insane
any
right now.
one report coming out of whatever company you may be following.
Speaking of reports, there's a good one out of B of A today. The title is A Discount-Free Holiday Season. Their argument is that price pressures will increase in the coming months as
LOD broke.
corporates start to
Divergence
pass
is about to
through
clear. They're
to
going to
a
go
higher
lower.
degree. You're on board with that.
Spike
Yes,
right
I'm
now.
on board with that. And I've been, you know, the early expectations for the holiday season, I generally read as positive.
Divergence
Not
is about to
ebullient,
clear.
but positive. And I also read the commentary coming out of some of the large financial institutions on the consumer credit quality side seems generally positive. Now, we can no doubt find some areas where that's not true. But, you know, when you have an economy of our size and complexity and 330 million plus participants, you've got a lot going on at any one time, and careful not to
$100.
just
Come on, give me $200.
pick too finely among the data.
We got married 2 months ago now. We are moving in.
What the fuck is that shit, dude? What the fuck is that candle? Oh my God. I literally said that cycle is so fucking nasty, unusual, right? What the fuck is that? Oh my God. I can't even fucking believe it because I didn't hold it, but like, what the fuck is that? What? LOD bought a break. LOD bought a break? Candle switch me out. Come on, baby girl. Time is 12:50. I'm out. $1,122. Dun 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 dun. Good day, good day. I'm done. What the fuck? That is so disgusting. 12:50. All right, now there may be a super nice bounce. Now that it broke the floor, right? Let's see. That is divergence clear. Not divergence clear, but I think after divergence clear, there may be a really good cycle that tries to bounce. But like after all that shit, the divergence did not clear. The divergence did not clear yet. That is some bullshit, but it did not. 1247, 1245. Man, this is the most nastiest cycle I've seen in a while. I'm not gonna lie. For them to even try to go lower, this is the most nastiest cycle. I had a fucking feeling that this is something weird, but right, I said short term, medium term, short term, alright, good. Medium term, long term, kinda sucks because of the what? Divergence at the floor. And this is why. Because I've gotten hurt on that shit big, and I printed big on that shit, and literally I realized it's literally not random ass shit. It's literally divergences fucking beating my ass and trolling me and doing weird ass shit. And this is professional level market moving right now. This is literally market analyzation, deducting, trying to at its finest, but literally I cannot even describe. I swear to God, I can't even. I swear to God, there's a reason why, right? The LOD test. I literally. What time did I say in the WhatsApp group? LOD test is most probable, right? I said at 12:30. This is bullish territory. Even though cycle down there, whatever, is a little bit scary. Accumulation happened anyway. And then I said at 12:35, I'm in 2K SPY puts, and I left in 1K in a scalp, and I did another 1K SPY put. But still, literally, right? 675 might bounce in my opinion. And I said this was bearish since 1235 at 1242. 1242 is right here. All right, I said bears are here at 1144 to retest the LOD. 1144 is right here to retest the LOD. I said MACD volume is growing bearish. Right? And I literally went into a put at 1245. I mean, I literally went in at 1245, and then I said it as soon as I could, but divergence will clear most likely, and I left in 2 candles, but that's it. And then cycle divergence clearing, then maybe market will. Oh my God. So disgustingly bearish. The only way they could go lower like this is to do some weird cycle too. Trick, and then go all the way down. Even this cycle right here, because it did look bullish, and then it was bullish. It's just after a certain period of time, it just got cut off. After a certain period of time. Okay. Thank you. Those that have hit the like button. The divergence on the floor still have not cleared, so I want to see how this divergence on the floor does. Right? And please, those that have not hit the like button, why not? Just hit the button, man. We are at 110. Just 20 to 40 of you guys. Just smack that like button. Good karma come your way. May God bless you with good karma. Please. Come on. Help me out. Help me out. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. All right, there's a small cycle too. Maybe go clear the divergence on the ground again. The bears are still here to go break the LOD and divergence again. And then maybe when a cycle confirmation builds nice going long, that is when I will possibly think about, oh shit. Time is 1. Honestly, 1 second. I'm getting a... Yeah. Wow. We were at 674 yesterday. That is why I'm wow. Alrighty. Time is 12:55. Let's see how they evaluate the. I don't like the fact that they didn't clear the divergence right now. That's my honest truth. I don't like the fact that they did not clear the divergence on the floor. But I mean, what can I do other than the market's doing what it's doing? So I'm gonna call out what the market's doing, which is it's bouncing at the floor, little tiny cycles happening with the divergence at the floor. I just did like 5 or 6 nice scalps today. I think I'm literally done. I don't even need to do any over trading, to be honest. Yeah, that candle looked nice, but then cycle don't look nice. Cycle looks fucking dog shit terrible, so divergence at the floor is taking over. Bears are still here. Not good. Not good for bulls. Flatten said bury. Why are you saying bury, brother? Why are you saying bury? Are you happy or are you just saying bury because you can just say bury? Like, why are you saying bury? Why are you saying bury, brother? Ah, lordy. We gotta go look. What, Dr. Bury? God damn. Dr. Bury! Dr. Bury! God damn, that's crazy. Oh my lord. Dr. Barry. Fucking wild, dude. He said Dr. Barry. Like, bro, what the fuck does that mean? Now I feel you. I feel you. And what did we call out yesterday? The Dow Jones Industrial Average made a all-time high. It may be a setup into today, right? And I said, hey, I do not want to be a bearish bias, but it could completely be a setup into tomorrow, which is today, right? And look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The most nasty shit. And nobody looks at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, right? That's what I said on yesterday's stream. But literally, the Dow Jones Industrial fucking Average, nasty as a motherfucker. 9:30 open, gapped up, crazy open. Look at this shit. Dow Jones Industrial motherfucking Average, right? Look at this. 1/3, 2/3 from 48,000 to 1,000 point down. You know what I mean? Nobody watches that Dow Jones Industrial Average, but hey, that's why the market popped yesterday. That's what I know. I literally, God did, right? Time is 1 o'clock. Time is 1 o'clock. Man. Oh my god. So nasty that is. Alright, divergence cleared at the floor, 674. I want a cycle confirmation too. Even long, but maybe this nice big ass red candle. Maybe mad people longing into. I look, you wanted to long into this big ass red candle too, but I don't want to do it, right? There are many times where I short into a big ass green candle and then it fucking toasts me. So, holy shit. Holy. Yeah, sorry about that. I get it. I get mad, overexcited too. But hey, what I will say is that is disgusting. Look, I haven't ate all day too, so my mind is. I'm just talking and talking, right? People don't like when I go silent, so I talk, and I don't really think about what I talk about because I'm starving. But yeah, I gotta go eat. Time is 1 p.m. LOD broke. Bears are heavy into one. No FOMO. I am not chasing. 609. This is LOD. 674. 13. I gotta get some food. That's what I gotta do. Oh my. Calls got drained crazy. In one day. Wow. Puts what up 600%. Oh my lord. That is. Super. SPY is down 1.33%. QQQ is down 1.86. Super. IWM is down 2%. Oh my god. IWM down is the worst. And IWM down, going down since October. That is not good. Look at IWM right now. And the IWM looks really bad on Robinhood. Look, all of November has been really bearish on IWM. This thing is not good. It looks really bad on Robinhood. If this thing continuously goes lower, SPY is going to pull back a little bit into like a week or two from now. But that is not good. The 1 week candle coming. What in the... When IWM neutralizes, it neutralizes. Like, wow. It's the worst thing. This is the worst today. 2% down. QQQ is like 1.8%. SPY is like 1.66. Alright, guys. I am starving. I'm going to go to Chipotle and I'm going to go to work. So, I'm on call. I'm really busy this week. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Alright, I wanted to go long, but there was no time. There's no opportunity. I have to go out and eat and then I have to head out to work. So, bye-bye. Love you all. Mwah. Mwah. Hit the like button on the way out.